Yeah. Smack. Smack. Yeah. Yeah. Look. Yeah. F your feelings. As far as sport podcasts out, we the realest. Hot takes, fact based. If we said it, then sign and seal it. Politically correct takes ain't what we give it. We do film study, we do live streams, we tough critics. We go against the grain. We in a different lane. If you ask me who to go, I'ma say it's James. We do fan view reviews, headline news by giving game. We do play-by-plays on our channel if you can't catch the game. All of the good debates that could be had, we the start of it. Don't challenge a person here, challenge the arguments. We love good debates, pick a topic that we can spar you with. FYF gang is the hashtag, this is what it meant. F your feelings.
Head to head, you can't compete with me. It's no debate, you too fake, and it's too real with me. What's the topic? I'll block it, I keep that shield with me. Ammo loaded, I'm cocking, I got that steel with me. What you talking is nonsense, blow off your conscience. I'm a living sickness, Magic Johnson. By that action, no Bronson, I'm a King LeBron. And the whole league is fuck your feelings, who you thought it would be. Catch me in the streets, internet thugs just type.
Don't cut no slack, jamming to the max. Bank account still full of racks. For the competition, they done went missing. The champ is here, look how the ring glisten. It's honorable mention, don't ever forget it. It's FYF, don't care about the ticket. You know we with it, yeah. We gon' do whatever it takes. Fuck all the hate. FYF still going down. It's one of the grades.
Are your feelings hard? When it get real, all of them fakes, so they ain't ready, no. It be too hard, we get it lit, cause we speaking on. Fuck all the clowns, and yeah, the ones who do it for the
all I hear is yap, 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 yap. Ain't talking about nothing, right? Watch this. We gon' bring that pressure.
Just a little FYI, FYF. 20K sub, 6 months, what's next? They been hating at first, now they calling us the best. Hit up YouTube, tell them cut the check. Just a FYI, FYF. 20K sub, 6 months, what's next? Woo! Fuck your feelings, we all know who the real is. I be getting to it, ain't wasting no time. Walking straight in, we ain't waiting in line. Fuck your feelings, you don't care about mine. You a YouTube gangster, don't be yelling out slime. Or you talking LB, talking Ticket TV. Ain't nobody watching them, all the viewers be sleep. 5 years in, all your subs is your friends. Ticket TV, watch your cars again. Just a little FYI, FYF. 20K sub, 6 months, what's next? They been hating at first, now they calling us the best. Hit up YouTube, tell them cut the check. Just a FYI, FYF. 20K sub, 6 months, what's next? Woo! Fuck your feelings, we all know who the real is. All know, shop don't close. Working 24, trying to make the channel grow. Look at them, pointing fingers, hating on the low. You can't compete with our podcast show. Couldn't make it in the league, so we got on TV. Crying by LeBron like a little baby. You must be crazy, trying to ever play me. Or you super tough until it's time to say cheese. Just a little FYI, FYF. 20K sub, 6 months, what's next? They been hating at first, now they calling us the best. Hit up YouTube, tell them cut the check. Just a FYI, FYF. 20K sub, 6 months, what's next? Woo! Fuck your feelings, we all know who the real is.
Nah, that's just passion. We love
love the game. You already know what it is. FYF. You don't got tough skin. You might as well not even come on in. Talk to him. FYF, blow the whistle, man, we too official. Better check the film, we not one of them. The greatest to ever ball above the rim. They wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Cut the small conversation, debate on major levels. This the playoffs, baby, bring that pressure, we never settle. Cross and spin, getting it in, I wanna win. That teamwork got us headed to the ship again. Oh, LeBron better than MJ. Cut it out. Half these fans in the stands don't know what they talking about. Half-court jumpers, crowd going wild. FYF ranked #1, you better say it loud. Intellectual talk, but fuck your feelings. Elijah 1 too overrated. Kobe still a realist. Top 10 all time. Now how they cut the line? Magic Johnson, Draymond Green, one in the same kind. Fuck your feelings. Fast break. Stop and pull a J. He got how many rings? Nothing else to say. With the team live streaming, play by play. It's the dream. Full steam on the road to 100K. FYF, blow the whistle, man. We too official. Better check the film. We not one of them. The greatest to ever ball above the rim. They wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Cut the small conversation, debate on major levels. This the playoffs, baby, bring that pressure, we never settle. Cross and spin, getting it in, I wanna win. That teamwork got us headed to the ship again. Started small, then turned into big dogs. They treat me like the GM, I just make the call. No matter who my op is, I'ma stand tall. Then pull up to the game, fresh like I just left the mall. 100K, 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 check the score. We gon' bust the shot clock, fans running to the floor. All I hear is go this and go that. Man, your team suck, hang it up like a coat rack. I love the game, I admit it, I can't quit it. Step in front of me, man, your ankles gon' get the business. Been a legend like Moses Malone, way ahead of my time. This the greatest sports show ever, I just had to remind. FYF, blow the whistle, man, we too official. Better check the film, we not one of them. The greatest to ever ball above the rim. They wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Cut the small conversation, debate on major levels. This the playoffs, baby, bring that pressure, we never settle. Cross and spin, getting it in, I wanna win. That teamwork got us headed to the ship again.
FYF Sports, man. So Lamont, we back. Nah, that ain't AI, man. Salute though. Appreciate you guys pulling up, man. We got a great show for you guys today, man. We got, y'all see the title, man. We got the Laker talk. Lakers, man. What's really going wrong with the Lakers? When coming into the year, we predicted a lot more things to go right. You said mic too loud. If the mic's too loud, I don't know what you want me to do. You might have to turn it down. Here, I'll try to turn my mic down. You might have to just turn your speakers down. If my mic's too loud, y'all just let me know. I'll try to adjust it as we go. But look, y'all, we got a lot of stuff to do today. We're gonna go over some film. We just gotta get to the film. What's wrong with the Lakers? And then once we get to the film, we ultimately got to get to what are the realistic fixes. You know, and some of you guys have heard me on other platforms kind of talking about some of the issues that I see with the Lakers. But what I'm going to do is, because the one thing that I know is when a lot of people watch the games, they don't really watch the games in a particular sense to see what the true problems are. A lot of people are just watching the games because they're looking at the game for the entertainment value, right? And so this is why you have a lot of people who walk away from these Laker games and then they say, oh, the Laker, Darvin Ham can't coach, or the adjustments, or they say stuff that's just kind of odd that don't really make sense. And then when you ask them about specifics on that, they can't really put two and two together. And that's That's no shade on them. It's just because a lot of people who are fans don't truly watch the game in a particular manner to see what this team truly needs. They may look at this from the outside looking in, which gives them more of a 2K perspective, meaning when you have those people who play a lot of 2K, what they tend to do is they tend to just think adding good players, adding a player with this high of a player rating is automatically going to boost the player rating of the Lakers or the team rating, and this is going to make them better. And there's no real consideration for chemistry, fit, coaching, roles, and then even the boring side of it, which is contracts, the CBA, the business side of it, the future for the team. These are all things that have to come into play when you're at least trying to realistically consider what the fixes for this team can be. Salute to Ricky ET45. We see I got Antisocial in the building. Salute to Antisocial as well. We got the Poster King. Appreciate you guys pulling up, man. The first thing I think we just got to do is we got to get to some NBA film study. Before we get to that film study, man, you guys saw the ad at the beginning of the show, man. Make sure you guys go get your premium fragrances today from dossier.co. Link is in the chat, man. If you want to get 30% off your order, use code FYF Sports, man. Get 30% off your order, dossier.co. Again, me and FYF Fred, we got our fragrances right here, right? We got the musky oak moss, you know what I'm saying? And, I like to dab it up and then, always got to get fresh with it. And this scent right here is all natural. It's a play off of Creed Aventus. So these are your most affordable scents, man. Holiday sale going on now. Make sure y'all go check them out. But we're about to get to this film breakdown. Bro, we got Otamo says LeBron need help. I know it was coming. Every team needs help. I mean, we have to, I never recall a time in the league where teams weren't always trying to improve to get to a championship. There's nobody LeBron does not run the organization. The Lakers don't have 17 banners hanging because they don't go out there and try to win championships. They don't go out there and say, oh, Magic, we expect you to do it by yourself. Kareem, we expect you to do it by yourself. Kobe, we expect you to do it by yourself. No, they went and got Shaquille O'Neal help. They went and got Kobe Bryant help when Paul Gasol and Artest and those boys. Even in the past with Magic Johnson, they surrounded Magic Johnson with a ton of help when you look at the help that was surrounding them. So it only makes sense that the Lakers continue the tradition of trying to win, which means finding the best potential help to put around your star players. No team just walks around saying, just go do it by yourself. You don't need any more help. So I just think that's the illogical side of it. We're going to get to that, though, later today. Blazers Pip says, how did he go? How much help he need? Well, it's about the same amount of help anybody that people consider the GOATs need. When you look at Jordan and Pippen, did they need any more help when they got Dennis Rodman? Did they need any more help when they got Ron Harper? Did they need any more help when they got Tony Kukoc? Did they need that? Well, you're always trying to make your team better, right? Did the Warriors 73-9? Did they need any more help when they went and got KD? No, but you always go to put your team, because the goal is not to. I think a lot of people have the NBA confused. The goal is not to try to stay just as competitive as the rest of the teams in the league. The goal is to try to be far superior and better than everybody else in the league, so that you can win championships. That's the goal. And this is why we see the Clippers doing what they're doing. This is why we saw the Nets do what they're trying to do. And these championships are elusive, man. It's hard to win these championships. Salute to the locker room just pulled up, man. Look, we're going to get to this film because after I do this film, you guys, I'm going to bring you guys up. We're going to kind of talk about some of the needs of this team just based on the film. And I think a lot of people forget what the needs are. Because like I said, man, they don't really watch the game in that particular manner. They're looking at the game from the more so of a fan perspective and not a GM or a coaching perspective. But let me share my screen real quick. All right. Let me do this. All right, here we go. All right, here we go right there. All right, let me remove this. All right. All right, here we go right here. We got some film going. We got Mike Flow says stop trolling. We doing film study, Mike Flow. What are you talking about? Some of y'all got to stop, man. See, y'all got to stop getting mad at me because I love going to the film for the facts. I like going to the film for the facts. We're going to start with this game right here. And I chose this game right here because a lot of people before the OKC Thunder win were saying that the Lakers struggled with regards to playing some of the best teams in the league. I think this Philadelphia 76er game is a good game to get some examples from because it showcases a lot of their weaknesses. We're going to go ahead and start playing this. And so this is one of the issues right here. Okay, so I see two issues right here. And one of the reasons why I clipped this is obviously D'Lo has started to become an issue. And in this Sixer game, the D'Lo problem, there's two problems here, and it's not just D'Lo. It's everybody else and D'Lo. So there's five guys to blame here. So you got D'Lo pushing the ball up the court. But what do you have here? You got D'Lo pushing the ball up the court. Number one problem you got here is you got Bron, AD, and Austin Reaves behind the play. Now, you could maybe kind of understand why D'Lo would want to push the ball here, right? You got Patrick Beverley trailing behind the play, and you seemingly could have a potential advantage, but you only have the advantage if all of your guys are running. D'Lo, who seems a bit disconnected from the team, it decides to just go 1-on-2 for no reason. Ball stolen, going the other way. The same thing again happens right here. D'Lo pushing the ball to break. He's always ahead of LeBron and AD, but now he's trapped in a box, right? The 76ers renowned box, and then he's going up against one of the best rim protectors in the league. Misses the layup. D'Lo just playing a step too fast at times, telling me right there he's out of sync with the other players on this team, especially Bron and AD, man. But we're going to keep it going, though, because, again, I see a series of problems right here. Disconnected issues right there. Bron with the open back door, they miss him. Not hitting AD on time when the double's not there. Reeves misses the pass. He gets himself trouble late in the shot clock. He dribbles into a double team, falls out of bounds, ultimately turns the ball over, and then to make matters worse, then he gets challenged by Pat Beverley right here. And then it just seemed like from this point forward, he was just all messed up in the head when he got challenged by Patrick Beverley. So now we got another issue with Reeves right here. Reeves, who's a good player, he's just not the third option you want to rely on. And as you see right here, where you have a lot of people standing open on the perimeter, he turns the ball over. This play I just never really even understood. AD right here, 5 feet beyond the three-point line, and he's trying to attack as if he's a guard. Do you guys understand this at all? Do you guys understand this at all? As a coach, I'm looking at this like, what the hell are we doing? I got AD out here playing like he's a point guard, looking like he's about to attack off the dribble. And nothing good can ultimately come of stuff like this when this happens. You got AD with the ball, attacking, no real plan. Nobody got set with the offense. He ends up dribbling it off Melton's foot, turnover. Then you got AD once again, pushing the ball in transition, not getting the ball to his guards, just driving wild, not looking for shooters. He tries to go score against one of the best rim protectors in the league, gets his shot thrown out of bounds, and AD flies to the ground. These are the silly plays when just have me shaking my head. When you look at this, turnovers have been a humongous issue for this Laker team. So you got Reeves right here turning the ball over because they drive and they do things without a real plan. Prince driving with no real plan. D'Lo driving on two players, no real plan. Air ball. it's almost like they're just playing rec ball to a certain degree. And I don't understand it. Another issue, they're missing wide open threes right here. They're one of the worst 3-point shooting teams in the NBA. Does anybody understand that? Let me move this banner off the screen so y'all can see this. Let me pull this back. They have one of the worst offensive ratings, but that offensive rating is so poor because of this, right? When I tell people, and I tell people this a lot, what do I tell people all the time? I say they need catch and shoot shooters that ones that you can rely on. When you see people like Max Christie clanking threes, right? When you see right here clanking threes, like the defense isn't honoring some of these guys. Look how the defense is defending the paint. You literally have 4 Philadelphia players in the paint. Reeves is on the perimeter. Prince is on the perimeter. I believe that's Reddish in the corner, or Hayes. I can't even tell who it is. Ultimately, they're shooting one of the worst 3-point percentages in the league because nobody respects their ability to catch and shoot. I mean, if you look at this set, you know, from the outside looking in, one could say, look, they're doing a hell of a job getting open shots. It's not that they're getting open shots. It's that teams are giving them open shots. And then what's ultimately just happening is they're just missing them all. Teams are living with the results. And then you have the problem with just taking challenge threes and missing them. So you got Max Christie missing that right there. Just too many problems right there. And I think another problem is their ability to offensive rebound the ball. Right? Let me run this back just a few seconds. See, a lot of people are trying to get on AD. They ain't getting offensive rebounds. This is why teams, or they're not getting defensive rebounds, and teams are getting a ton of offensive rebounds on this Laker team. It's because what they're doing is they're pulling AD away from the rim, or they're forcing AD to be an ultimate rim protector. And the one thing that they know about this Laker team is that when AD is forced to be a rim protector on guys that are driving, guys like LeBron, who's going on 39 years old, guys like Prince, guys like D'Lo, guys like Austin Reaves, these guys don't have the awareness to go in and rebound the ball to help Anthony Davis out. So this is why we see so many times Anthony Davis making great defensive plays, the other team's just scooping the ball back up, putting it back in. I want you to look at the effort and the energy of the guys around AD on the rebounding glass. They're not helping them out. There was only really one player on this team that was helping them out, and we'll get to him in a second. But let's just go ahead and play this. Just look. I want you guys to watch how teams pull Anthony Davis out right here. Right? They pull lobs behind. Right? When you see so many things, why is this happening? Right? What are they doing right there? Keeping Anthony Davis out of the paint. Offensive rebound straight to Robert Covington right there. Now he's in the lane, kick out, and they probably score on that play. All their teams are doing is they're baiting AD to either defend on the perimeter or they're putting them in pick and roll situations. And the only other player that was actually helping them rebound was a guy like Christian Wood. But if you watch, AD right here is now occupied defending. Look what Prince is doing. See what happens, how all they have to do is occupy Anthony Davis. And if Anthony Davis, see how they had him on the perimeter? I want you to go back to this play. See how teams are trying to take Anthony Davis. Look at this play right here. See, look at where they have Anthony Davis. They're forcing him to defend on the perimeter. Once they drive, I don't think anybody fears this Laker team if Anthony Davis isn't in the paint. They're willing to drive on guys like Bron and Prince and Vanderbilt. For whatever reason, even though these guys can be good defenders at times, they don't believe in these guys. This is why guys like Maxey can just drive right at them. We got Chris Davis says Darvin Ham is a terrible offensive coach. Darvin Ham is not a terrible offensive coach. You can only be as good offensively as the weapons that you have. Until they get some form of shooting on this team, catch and shoot shooters, this offense is always going to look bad because these are NBA level defenses that are going up against the Lakers. These teams are not stupid. When they look at the scouting report and they look at some of the numbers for some of the guys that are shooting threes on this team, all they're going to say is, look, our game plan tonight is we're going to pack the paint. They're going to have to beat us from the three-point line. And what we've seen this year is when the Lakers in certain games, and this is something that the locker room has pointed out, when they make those threes, they look really good. But I think we all know it's never going to be consistent with this group. These are not players that are consistent three-point shooters. So let me keep playing it right here. Let's get to the woes of this team. So teams are finding ways and they're getting more creative with regards to pulling the AD out the paint. And as we see right there, LeBron James, who's going on 39 years old, really doesn't have the best defensive rotations off ball, as we just saw right there. And this is an effort play right here. This is a play that they teach in high school and college. On the baseline drive, the help is supposed to come from the opposite side. This is LeBron's job. LeBron is supposed to help, and this is what they call it. He's supposed to be doing something called 2-9ing. When you 2-9, that means you're in the lane 2.9 seconds and then you get out. In the lane 2.9 seconds and you get out. Brian is not 2-9ing right now. And then when that guy does drive, it's your job to go meet him outside of the lane lines. Brian does neither. I want you guys to look at this. And this is not just Brian. This is all the Lakers outside of Anthony Davis. They have to help him out when teams pull him outside of the paint. And the excuse of being 39 years old is just not good enough. If you're out there, you have to get it done. And look at this. Brian does not rotate over. The rotations need to be there. That's his help. That's not on D'Lo. That's not on Reeves. That's not on anybody else. That's on LeBron. Play it. And let's see how he reacts, right? Especially in a game against the Sixers, a big game, a game that you know you need to win, a game that you might have did extra stretches and took extra vitamins for. Does he rotate over and does he get in the help? Nope, he does nothing except stand there and watch them just shoot the layup right in his face. So again, as teams like the Sixers, find a way to occupy AD right here, even on missed shots, teams are able to get offensive rebounds because they're pulling Anthony Davis away from the rim. And nobody believes in the rotations of the Los Angeles Lakers, especially when Bron is out there for a long period of time. Because as you can see from the film, he does not put a ton of effort in off ball. And that's just one of the weaknesses in his game to date. So when we talk about some of these things, man, when you talk about how other teams like defend players like Wemby, how Greg Popovich uses those things, we got to look to the Lakers. I don't know what they can do with regards to if they leave this roster the same as it is now. I don't know what they can do to fix a lot of these problems that they're having, but the only realistic way that I see that they can start fixing these problems is they have to go out and make an effort to go get the pieces necessary to give Bron and AD the space that they need to operate on the offensive end, and then also bodies that are going to be more live defensively so that LeBron can rest on the defensive end, and you got to find ways to hide him. Yes, Land 216, he said definitely hide him. So when you look at some of their lineups right here, let me pause this. So when you look at some of their lineups, we're going to talk about the net ratings of some of these rotations. Where you got Bron, AD, Russell, Prince, and Reeves on the floor, they have a net rating of -16. When you have Bron, AD, Russell, Reddish, and Reeves, it's a net rating of -11. Right? One of their worst net ratings is when you have Bron, Christian Woods, D'Lo, Prince, and Reeves on the floor. They have a net rating of -30.2. Here's the craziest thing: when you have AD, Prince, Hachimura, Vincent, and Reeves on the floor, which you would surmise this to be a really good lineup, they actually have a solid net rating of 73.5, and that would potentially be one of their best lineups. Unfortunately, Gabe Vincent has been hurt, so the piece that they relied on to potentially be the glue guy, the point guard that's going to be facilitator first, but still can knock down open shots, he hasn't been around to help this Laker team. They've struggled with facilitating and moving the ball outside of Bron, right? They've tried to turn guys like Prince and Reeves into playmakers. Those guys just don't have it. The reality of having D'Angelo Russell is that D'Angelo Russell is a scorer first, playmaker second. And the Lakers are trying to flip that in him. They're asking him to be a playmaker first, scorer second. And it's affecting his ability to be efficient because you're trying to get him to be a player that he's not. But let's go ahead. We're going to keep playing this. I got to show you guys the film. That's all. Let's look for you guys for being here. We're going to look at more film right here. We got Reeves right here in the Brown pick and roll. Again, one of Reeves' biggest weaknesses, you guys, is ball handling. And I was talking to the locker room yesterday. And, you know, I'm going to say something that's probably not the most popular opinion out there, but there's some reality in what I'm about to say. Austin Reaves is always going to get picked on. Guys are going to be ultra aggressive on him defensively. And guys are going to always target him offensively, primarily because he's white. And until he's able to just simply clamp up and show and prove consistently, the game plan for a lot of teams is that we're going to go at him. We're going to make him look like the culprit for everything that's going wrong. And they're just spamming it. They're going at him over and over defensively. I mean, if you look at this play defensively, they're all pressed up on him. They're making it hard. I mean, he's doing well at times because he's a solid player, but teams are not relenting on Austin Reaves. They are going at his head, and it's crazy. I mean, I'm just telling y'all the truth about the game. That's just what people say in these locker rooms. Now, you're never going to get a player to come out publicly and say that, but I'm just telling you how the game is played. This is why he's getting targeted. This is why he's getting targeted consistently. But the Lakers need to do a better job of identifying that and doing something about it. I mean, we look at play after play after play after play. I mean, you got guys like, since when? I want you guys to ask yourself, if what I just said is wrong, since when has Michael Porter Jr. ever pressed up on anybody to play any type of meaningful defense? Look at this. This is Michael Porter Jr. out here. First of all, this is, you know, they're ripping him, turned it over right there. Michael Porter Jr. is out here playing crazy on-ball pressure. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for what he's doing. Even though they got Jokic and drop coverage right there, he is all over Reeves. He doesn't give this type of defensive intensity against anybody else until he sees a matchup that he thinks or can identify as sweet. It's unfortunate reality of the Lakers situation right now. So we need a turnover. So the Lakers are relying, and I know the Lakers are now in bed with Austin Reaves because what's happening is they gave him the contract, and now reports are coming out that they're saying, this is our guy. He's not getting traded. He's part of our future. So now they're basically highly invested in Reeves being a premier third or potentially fourth option if they make a trade on this team for the long haul. So they're going to have to live with this style of basketball from him. But how do they hide it, or how do they start to fix it? All right, so we got the troubles with Austin Reaves. Those are some of the biggest issues. Teams packing the paint, making it hard on AD. This Laker team struggling with making catch and shoot threes, as we saw a guy in D'Lo. We just saw D'Lo. What did we just see him do? He's a good offensive player. These are not good catch and shoot shooters. Two different things. We have a good player in Austin Reaves shooting this three, but on catch and shoot threes, that's a different skill set. When you kick it out again, catch and shoot threes. Taurean Prince has had some good games, but he is not the knockdown catch and shoot shooter that you want to have consistently. And what the Lakers have to rely on heavily is the Bron and AD pick and roll combination for offense. So there you go right here. Ability to offensive rebound isn't there. Look, we keep talking about it. Let me run it back. Let me run it back one more time. So we're coming off right here, and this is against the Houston Rockets. They help. So they always try to find a way to occupy any Laker big that's on the floor. They always occupy the Laker big because if you look on the court right here, Max Christie right now is supposed to be diving in to try to put a body on the man under the basket, right? They're supposed to be squeezing right now. So like when you watch all the other teams, like when we watch the Sixers play, whenever one of the Lakers got into the paint, almost all of the Sixers players were also in the paint. This is why they rebound the ball so well. When you see this, right, when you look at the Lakers, you got Reeves in the paint. He's on ball. You got Christian Wood picking up and drop coverage, but outside of that, you don't have anybody really crashing in for the offensive rebound. And this is where they just struggle. And this is why they get out rebounded, just like you see right here, by even a guy like Jeff Green. You have Russell Westbrook posting them up, occupies AD. Because AD is occupied, we can run that back. Look how AD is occupied, but nobody comes to help AD. Watch this. So look, Russell Westbrook, great post move, right? Turns, occupies AD. Why is D'Lo? Can somebody explain to me why D'Lo did not go dive in? That D'Lo's supposed to be crashing in right now with a forearm in Zubac's back to help offensive rebound. Look at D'Lo, look at Bron, and look at Cam Reddish. Look at D'Lo, look at Bron, and look at Cam Reddish. All ball watching on a defensive rebound. When are the Lakers just gonna say, we need to get the possession? All 5 guys need to go crash. This is not a 3-point shot. This isn't a 3-point shot. And I don't even care if it's a foul on this play. Instinctively, whether the whistle is called or not, you need to see guys flying into the paint. You need to see guys flying into the paint. Live bodies, foul or not, they need to be actively attacking the paint, helping guys like AD out. AD's down there working right now. He's by himself with Reeves. And you wonder why they get so many offensive rebounds. And I keep telling you guys this, but see, a lot of you guys who like to push back against this are the same people. Y'all struggle with giving LeBron any criticism. This is on this play right here, and a lot of the offensive rebound, a lot of the off-ball defense, that's a LeBron problem. But see, I feel like a lot of y'all are just too scared to admit it or be critical of him. And y'all not critical of him. Oh, he's 38. I can't be critical of him. Oh, he scored 40 points. I can't be critical of him. No. If you're one of the leaders of the team, it's your job to set the tone in things like this, right? How can you go tell D'Lo to crash in and get rebounds when you not even crash in? How can you tell Reddish on the court right there to go crashing in when LeBron's standing right next to him not crashing in? You got to at least be an active participant in these things. And this is why I say you got to be honest about who you put the blame on. This right here, the only thing where I could potentially blame Darvin Ham is that Darvin Ham didn't, when they got to the locker room, who is going to be the assistant coach, whether it's Phil Handy, whether it's Darvin Ham, I don't care who it is. Who's going to be the first assistant coach to just cuss LeBron James out and just call him out in front of everybody? You ain't defending hard. You pouting to the refs. You walking back on defense. Who is going to be the first one? Fuck it. Risk it all. Brian might try to get you fired, but who's going to be the first one to call him out in front of everybody? You on the court damn near 40 minutes a night. You got to be involved in some of this too. AD don't got the balls to do it. Does Phil Handy have the balls to do it? Does Darvin Ham have the balls to do it? Does even the GM of this team, who has the balls to challenge him? I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. But when we talk about the problems here, you know, it starts from the leadership, right? They got a lot of problems, but these are, if like anybody that's hoop, I can talk to hoop jargon. These are very fixable problems, even with this broken roster. These are very fixable problems. I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. But when we talk about a guy like Christian Wood, I think they're utilizing him. I think Christian Wood is a lot better defensively than he gets credit for. Another play right there, right? Where even though the Lakers got the rebound back, just look at D'Lo's activity. I mean, I just want you guys to look at this. This is one of the reasons why I said I think D'Lo just has to go. Look at this. Shot goes up. Look at this. Shot goes up. Shot is in the air, you guys. D'Lo hasn't moved an inch. Shot is in the air. LeBron James is ball watching. Do you know what you're supposed to do when the shot goes up in the air? You're supposed to go find a body and move somebody. LeBron right now, when that shot goes up, he needs to be having his forearm in number 14's back. Look at AD. AD is the only one on the move. Shot is in the air. I'm going to run this back. Shot is in the air. AD is flying. Everybody else standing. Watch this. Shot goes up. Look at this. Only one person running. LeBron backing up from the play. What the hell is that, man? I mean, are you that thirsty for leak out buckets? For a team, one of their obvious problems has been rebounding. Are you that thirsty for a leak out bucket? Have them leak out buckets been that meaningful? This is on a lot of these guys. But I think Christian Wood, when he's been paired with Anthony Davis down low, he's been one of the only players to assist Anthony Davis in rebounding the ball significantly. He's been one of the only players to have a strong nose for the ball. So when AD goes and help, or they're pulling him out to the perimeter, he's diving in to go rebound. This is why when you have Bron, Anthony Davis, and Christian Wood on the floor, they have a 44.7 net rating. They have a 67.8 defensive rating. And they have a 121.8 offensive rating, which is actually really good. But for whatever reason, Christian Wood is now in the doghouse. And he's not getting a lick of playing time, even though he's been one of the best players this year that you can put alongside of Anthony Davis. As far as look, that's the group that has the best synergy locker room. And when I say synergy, what I mean is when AD gets pulled to the perimeter defensively, Woods does a great job of getting that rebound when they know AD is more likely than not going to get the stop. When he knows LeBron James is 38 years old, probably is not really going to dive in. He's probably looking more so like we've seen on some of these other plays to leak out as opposed to go in and crash and help. So we just got to look at it. But somebody said Bron, AD, Wood, Rui, Vando, possibly. But we just got to talk about it. Look, Wood's right there. Another rebound. Occupy AD. Guys got noses for the ball. And when Woods is in the game, this is what happens. Occupy AD. See, this is what happens when Woods is not in the game. Look what's going on with the Orlando Magic. This team, you can't rely on Bron. You can't rely on any of these other guys. These other guys don't have a sensibility to go rebound. Woods is the only other person on this team that knows how to do it. And it's starting to show significantly right here in these clips. So with Woods on the floor, they rebound the ball extremely well. When you take Woods off the floor, and when you have LeBron and some of those guys down there, this is what happens when Woods is off the floor. Offensive rebound putbacks. Well, this is what happened when Woods is off the floor. AD helps. Dunks at the rim. AD occupy, right? Makes him miss the shot. Another offensive rebound right here. AD down there by himself. Creates the miss. Offensive rebound putback because D'Lo is so stupid. Then this is one of the dumber plays. Like, and this is as a coach. Like when I said that I would bench D'Lo and I would put him in the doghouse just to send a message. This is the play right here that I'm showing him. And I'm going to show you guys right here. This is the play. When I see a player do this, you're not getting back on the court. Watch this, you guys. This is one thing I absolutely hate. Watch this. AD working his ass off. Look at D'Lo. What the hell is D'Lo doing? D'Lo got his hands out, looking around like, what's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? All he had to do was box out. Look at him. Hands still up. He ain't done nothing. What's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? This is what he's doing. Look at it. Look at his hands. Look at him. You got Hachimura flying in right in front of him trying to get the board because D'Lo just standing there looking stupid. He doing this too much. Acting like he didn't foul the man. But these are the problems that you have when Christian Wood hasn't been on the floor. Occupy AD. Oh, Bron ain't rebounding because look at this. The lazy attempt to go get a rebound. Watch this. I keep telling y'all, they can't not rebound the ball when Woods is not on the floor. This is not me talking. This is not my opinion. This is what the film says. This is what the numbers say. The numbers tell me Brian is not going to actively pursue rebounds unless the ball falls into his lap. Watch. Look at this. All teams are doing it. They're occupying Anthony Davis. Attack off the pick and roll. Occupy Anthony Davis. Get the shot up. What the hell is he doing? What the hell are these guys doing? Look at D'Lo once again, just standing there staring. Look at Reddish. Reddish, the ball isn't even secure yet. Reddish looking like he about to take off for a fast break dunk like an idiot. Secure the ball first, and then you go run. But offensive rebound, making the game easier for some of these teams. All right, shot up. No, look at what kind of box out and fight for position is this? The last time I checked, I can swear Brian was supposed to be one of the strongest people in the league. How is Mo Wagner boxing you out for the offensive rebound? See, but I guess people on the Lakers and fans be so quick to call everybody out. I'm hearing fans run around and fans are blaming Taurean Prince and fans are blaming Vanderbilt. Are fans scared to blame LeBron James? Right. This is why I said there's a lot of blame that needs to be on him now. And this is just all effort and setting the tone. That's effort and setting the tone. Offensive rebound putback. These are plays right here. That's all effort. So when you help, you got to occupy defender, shot up on the rim. Effort. You just go get the ball. That's all you have to do. Keep the game simple. Somebody go in there and help AD just like Woods did right there. That's all you have to do. Right? They're occupying AD on the pick and roll. Just give effort to fix a lot of these problems. That's what Christian Wood did right there. And this is why I say Woods is even. It says Woods that is even an underrated defender. Look at this. These are stops. This is Woods' activity creating this. Look how he helps AD by shading in. What did I tell you guys? When the shot goes up, what's the first thing that Woods did? He put a hand into somebody's back. He didn't stand there and stare. I want you to watch these things. These are instincts. These are instincts that would keep him on the court for me. I'm going to play this again. Look. This is simple instincts right here. Nose for the ball, helping AD rebound. Watch what happens when the shot goes up. Shot goes up. Look at his hand. Shot goes up, hand in somebody's back. Shot goes up, hand in somebody's back. You're not getting that out of Bron. Obviously, you're not getting that out of D'Lo because, again, once again on this play, you got Bron, you got D'Lo standing on the perimeter, staring the play down, ball watching the shot in the air, not going in to help. If Bron and D'Lo and Reeves are going to play that soft with regards to rebounding, you have to keep a guy like Woods in who's going to go get those rebounds. If you're not willing to do that, that's why a lot of these games are not going to go the Lakers' way. We'll keep playing it. But I like Woods' activity, right? Defensive activity right there, getting the stop. He's a much liver body right here. We got Bron in the pick and roll with Christian Wood. Christian Wood, this is on Kawhi Leonard, moving his feet well, walls up, contests well. They actually get the stop and going the other way. How is this man not playing more? How does he get DNP'd when he has games where he's showing you in different segments that he can defend at a high level and he can also rebound at a high level and prevent all these teams from getting these offensive rebound second chance points on you? We got Russ pushing it up right here, driving right at Bron. AD with the block. Woods also converges in, and this is what I told you guys. Remember what I told you guys about when guys drive, just like all of these teams do to the Lakers? You need to flood the lane. That's actually a tech term in basketball. You'll hear a lot of coaches say, we got to flood the lane, right? You have to flood the lane to not only rebound, but to also defend well. We just saw Christian Wood. Every time people are driving, he's flooding the lane. He's being a live body down there, whether it's getting a hand on ball right here, just getting into the lane, just get in there, muck it up. Offensive rebound. Now we going the other way. Then we run, right? Just get in there, stay solid, wall up. You going the other way. With another possession right here. All you got to do is watch the attention. And Gabe Vincent, good defensive play. AD occupied, good block. But Woods also comes over there. He doesn't stand around, right? I want y'all to go back. A lot of these other Lakers, because they stand around and they don't get into the paint, this is why these teams, that's why these guys can't be that secondary line of defensive help or rebounders. A play right here with Christian Woods, live body, just great examples of why you should play this man more. Gets the block. Hold on, look, I want y'all to look. Who's standing? I want you to ask yourself, who's standing around not going after the ball? Once again, on another possession, you have Bron, you have D'Lo, and you have other guys on the Lakers standing around ball watching. But look at the energy of Woods. Dove in there, got the block, and got to stop. I'm running back one more time because people be, y'all, I don't know why you don't believe me. This is what the film say, right? And I'm not a LeBron James hater. I love LeBron James. But when you look to some of the problems of the Lakers, right? And when we get to some of these trades, and I saw you up there, locker room, and I saw Aaron from Laker Nation. I'm going to be dropping a link here in a second. I just got to get through the film because ultimately, when I go through the film, y'all, this is not to indict LeBron. This is not to indict any player, but this is so when I go in looking for realistic trade scenarios, I know the pieces that I'm looking for, and I'm going for accurate pieces that actually feel problems that this team has. I'm just highlighting some of the problems. This problem with LeBron James not being a live body on the rebounds, not being a live body on help defense, that's not going away. They're not trading LeBron James. So you have to bring in pieces that supplement that potential weakness. That's what we're talking about right there. Because you got too many guys standing around not helping Anthony Davis. That's what the film shows right here. This is the play I was talking about right here. Just great play. Christian Wood, live body, block. Let's get that alive. Keep the possession alive. Then we off to the races. And this is why right here. This is why. He's 30. Look, the man is 38 years old. If you're going to have a 38-year-old superstar, you gotta surround him with live bodies willing to do the dirty work. Notice, listen to what I'm saying. Live bodies willing to go muck it up and do the dirty work. Something is going to be key when we get into these trade talks, when I bring everybody up, that we have to take into consideration if you're looking to improve realistically this Laker team. Right? But the man is 38 years old, man. So they definitely miss Gabe Vincent right now. Gabe Vincent is just a piece right there where I think he's a glue guy. He's going to make a lot of stuff work for this team when he gets healthy. Like there, right there with that next pass, they've been struggling at that right there. He just makes the offense more efficient. He makes really smart. He's a high IQ player. So I know a lot of people are calling for Vincent to get traded, but when the man's been on the floor, as I showed you guys from the net rating, this Laker offense has been hitting on all cylinders. When he's on the floor, he makes this offense run like an engine. But a lot of people, just because he's injured, are saying trade. That maybe isn't one of the pieces that you want to trade. The film shows that Vincent is making things work more efficiently. So if we're gonna say trade, let's identify the right culprits. Let's identify the right culprits first. And I think a lot of people aren't taking the time to identify the proper culprits as well. But Gabe Vincent is making this offense operate like a machine. Whether you agree or not, that's just what the numbers say. And that's just what the facts are. And also, this is a guy that just was on a finals run last year, so he has experience in deep playoff runs, right? But they're struggling. I think Vincent right there, because of his ability to be smart, his ability to get to the rim, kind of get downhill, make the right play, make the right reads. I just think he's going to be a plus for this team when he gets healthy, right? We got the Bron and AD pick and roll right here. That's just extremely efficient, right? Even on the broken play, on the bad pass from Bron, guys like Gabe Vincent is just making smart plays, right? Off the pick and roll, getting downhill on the zoom action. just being smart, man. Being a live body, getting loose balls, keeping plays alive. They don't have a guy doing that. Remember what I said, guys that are mucking it up, doing the dirty things, right? Just mucking it up, just doing things that just, really, really good vets and role players do. Just plays like that. High energy plays, not the flash, not the frill, just high energy plays that, look, maybe the fans won't give you a lot of credit for because you don't get the dunk at the end, Watch this play right here. We got LeBron coming off that pick and roll. And this is something else that I said as well. This is another thing that I said. I said, for any trade, you guys, for any trade that the Lakers make, the one thing that's not changing is this right here. Let me show you this. Here's the one thing that is not going to change. The LeBron and AD high pick and roll. This is not changing. Bron and AD, I don't care who you bring in. Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young, if they could pull off one of these fanatical trades for one of these stars, the one thing that's not going to change is this right here. Because the only thing that's going to happen when you bring a star in is that star is going to be standing right here where Cam Reddish is. Or that star is going to be standing right over here where D'Lo is. That's what that star is going to be doing. So you need to be mindful of who you might think the Lakers are targeting and if that player is actually going to help. Because when the ball starts dribbling, if that player's out there, they're going to be ball watching and staring, watching this high pick and roll with Bron and AD, just like these other dudes on the court. And they better be ready to catch and shoot. And it's much more difficult than people like to say. So the high pick and roll ball screen, and what does Bron do? With 11 seconds on the shot clock, he kicks it out to the open shooter. Reddish never in his career has been asked to be a catch and shoot player. He has to be one this year. And that's one of the reasons why he's struggling with it. I believe the Lakers need to just go after natural catch and shoot players who got to the league because of their ability to catch and shoot, where it's much more of a natural fit. But will they do that? We'll have to find out. But Cam Reddish, look, this year, some games he can get hot, and he does a hell of a job making that catch and shoot three. But then we also see games where he struggles, like in this Phoenix game where he knocked these shots down. When he knocks these shots down, the Lakers look really good. The problem is he struggles with doing it consistently because that's not who he is. All throughout high school, he was a number one option that got downhill, finished at the rim and in the mid-range. Even when he got to college, he was a player with the ball in his hands that attacked and was aggressive at getting to the rim, playing in transition. Right? Even when he was with the Knicks and with the Atlanta Hawks, that's the type of player he was. Now they're asking him to be a defender, catch and shoot player. And then I hear people really getting on him because things don't look perfect. You're asking the man to be something that he really is not. But let me go ahead and stop the film. I think that's enough film for today, man. I think you guys saw enough film. Also, before I bring you guys up, and before we talk about these trades, because I'm gonna go over a few trades that I have. I noticed a very interesting conundrum, right? In all these trade talks, because trade talks and trade rumors are at their highest peak right now. All right, let me drop this in the chat real quick. You guys, man, make sure you support before I drop the link to bring you guys up here. Make sure you guys support the channel, man. $FYF Sports, man. Hit the Cash App to support the channel, man. I'm trying to drop gems and facts on you guys. Hopefully you guys are being receptive to it. A lot of people are not really doing any film study whatsoever. And we knocking out the film study, but I'm gonna be bringing you guys up to cook. But I did notice a very interesting conundrum that I just wanted to mention and just showcase to you guys. There's a lot of names getting thrown around, and it just seems like when one name gets thrown out there, and then you have all of the basketball heads talking about it, and the common denominator in a lot of these players, damn, that won't work. That won't work. There's a very alarming similarity between all of the players that for whatever reason are getting thrown into trade conversations with the Lakers. And this is the side of basketball that's become the business side of basketball that I want to explain to you guys. I want to show you guys something real quick because it's very interesting. Look at this. So we have guys like Zach LaVine, whose name is brought up in trade talks. We have guys like Colin Sexton, whose name was brought up. Guys like Trae Young, whose name was brought up in trade talks. Guys like DeJounte Murray, whose name was brought up in trade talks. Guys like Gary Trent Jr., his name is brought up in trade talks with the Lakers. Draymond Green, his name is brought up in trade talks with the Lakers. Jeremy Grant, his name is now being brought up in trade talks with the Lakers. Malcolm Brogdon, his name has been brought up in trade talks with the Lakers. Even Jordan Clarkson, his name has been brought up in trade talks with the Lakers. Would it surprise any of you guys to know all of those players are all clutch sports athletes? These are all clutch sports athletes. All of them, every single one of them. They're all clutch sports athletes. And I didn't even admit, I don't think I even mentioned Trae Young, whose name has been thrown around. He's a clutch sports athlete, and his name has been thrown around. So when you see all of these names, right? Jordan Clarkson, Malcolm Brogdon, Jeremy Grant, Draymond Green, Gary Trent Jr., DeJounte Murray, Trae Young, Colin Sexton, Zach LaVine. How are these names getting propagated and pushed out there? And how are these names consistently getting connected back to the Lakers when there are 29 other teams in the league that would love to have their services as well? And see, this is the power of clutch sports. What they're doing is he's increasing or trying to find ways to increase the value of all of their athletes by using the Lakers. I don't believe any of those players that I just listed, I don't believe any of them get traded to the Lakers. But when you're trying to manipulate a situation for your player to potentially a better situation, a lot of people are saying, well, why not use the Lakers to help manipulate that situation just a little bit better? The media, like ESPN, even some of you guys in the chat, every time the Lakers don't play well, the common narrative from the media, common narrative from a lot of fans is trade everybody. So what better way to play on the fan, the fandom of people when Laker fans who are probably the most extreme, when things go wrong, they want to trade everybody. What better way than to play on that by using all of our athletes as potential trade fodder, maybe to convince other teams that they're more wanted than they actually are. I don't know if there's a significant market for Jordan Clarkson, but if you throw his name in there saying that Lakers are looking at him, maybe there are some other teams out there, and we've seen this in the past, that we should probably get him because we don't want the Lakers to get him. It's been very public that there is absolutely zero market for a Zach LaVine trade. But if you throw Zach LaVine's name in there, oh, he's going to the Lakers, the Lakers are interested, maybe you gauge a little bit of interest from some other teams like the Miami Heat or the Philadelphia 76ers, right? Or other teams in the West like the Sacramento Kings. Well, maybe we should go get him. And what you're doing is he's doing a great job of trying to create a market for players that don't have a market. When you look through all these names, we can go through all of these names. Draymond Green, disgruntled, bad situation. Does he want out? Well, his actions are showing that he possibly wants out of Golden State. Gary Trent Jr., a guy who's now been benched in Toronto. He's definitely not happy with his role. Playing maybe 12 to 15 minutes a night. But there has never really been a significant market for Gary Trent Jr. What better way to create a fake market for him by claiming that the Lakers are looking to make a trade for Gary Trent Jr.? When you talk about a guy in Jeremy Grant who's playing for my team, the hapless Portland Trailblazers, the man is trash. This man is a walking garbage can in basketball. I don't know how he's been able to rob teams with these crazy contracts. Nobody will want to trade for this man, but what better way to create a fake market for yourself, trying to act as if a team like the Lakers are interested in you? We know Malcolm Brogdon does not want to play for the listless Blazers. He does not want to be a mentor for Scoot Henderson, who just walked up out the G League. He wants to go play some meaningful basketball. But unless he gets bought out, is there a significant market for a guy like Malcolm Brogdon, who essentially left Boston on kind of shaky ground and even bad terms? Well, you got this guy in DeJounte Murray. All of a sudden, his name is thrown out there. It's just so odd that the same day when reports come out from Adrian Wojnarowski, Zach LaVine trade considered unlikely despite interest in the Bulls star. When Woj comes out with that, saying that it's unlikely, just the same day it happens, the Lakers are interested all of a sudden in DeJounte Murray. That's where their interest has always been. They really just interested in him. But we know that DeJounte Murray has not been happy with his situation in Atlanta for a while. They're struggling to get cohesion with Trae Young. And there's been clashes with the coaching staff. He's been looking for a new situation for a while. What better way to create a market for yourself by just saying that the Lakers are interested? You guys need to be mindful of a lot of the information that gets propagated out there. It's a lot of this information is propagated for reasons that you guys would never be able to fathom or consider. Do you guys think it's a coincidence that all of those players are clutch sports athletes? That all of those players are connected to the Lakers? And the Lakers can't trade for all those guys. How are the Lakers interested in all of those players? And we're talking about a Laker team that can't really even talk to teams about trades until January 15th. Be mindful of this stuff. And this is why I say, when you go off reports, accept them with a grain of salt. When you go off reports, accept the reports with a grain of salt. And I think these GMs and teams are just much smarter than some of the moves and some of the trades that a lot of you guys are trying to propagate and push, man. But look, let me drop this link, man. I'm going to get you guys in here. We're going to cook. I'm going to give you some of my trade ideas. And we're just going to kind of go from there, man. Let me find this link. All right, here it is right here. Link is in the chat, man. Let's get y'all to pull up, man. Please support the channel, $ FYF Sports, man. Right. Let me give a shout out to the people that have supported so far. Obviously, we got some of the top donors of the channel, man. One Cool P, Hoop Jargon, J Mar, Uncle Shug, Hitman X, Sea Dog, Max Pensionat, Tiffany Ned, and Dex Crockett, man. Also, other donors: John Madden, Reg Dog, Jay Carter, Tracy Still True, the King, Get Fit for Life, George, The Truth Hurts, Bees, Khalil, Herm, Double E, Action Jackson, The Locker Room, as well as added to that list, and Tyson, man. The Rundown Productions and Fontaine's 5. Man, salute you for supporting the channel, man. We got Kane Marco in here. Salute, man. Salute, bro. Man? What you got on this, man?
I feel like you made some real good points, man, as far as the Lakers' weaknesses. For me, I feel like that Rob Pelinka got a little bit too tinkery with the roster back in 2020 with that bubble championship. The formula that made them formidable was the fact that they had another solid big man beside AD where he could move to the 4. That way, AD is more of a help side shot blocker than a solid on ball guard another big man defender, which is why Jokic and Embiid typically punish him on the offensive end. So to me, a rebounding big man, somebody like, to me, they shouldn't have got rid of Andre Drummond. Somebody like him could probably help him out.
Yeah, I think so too. It's just, I mean, and for me, I always try to look at both sides. Is it looking like that's a potential option that's going to even be available on the market as well? And, is Drummond going to be keen to coming back to the Lakers based on his last experience with this Laker team and playing with LeBron? And so those are some of the things that you'll have to take into consideration if you are the GM as well. Is how receptive is he going to be to coming back after he didn't really like his time here he felt like Rob Pelinka lied to him the first time he was here. Felt like he was promised things that were necessarily delivered. So he didn't have a good experience the first time. Hoop Drug says Drummond is broken. Nobody wants him seemingly. I mean, he's gotten better. His mentality and approach to the game has changed.
Drummond just had 24 and 25 last night, man. Like, you dudes got to watch basketball, man.
For the Bulls.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, that game, we rushed him away too fast. So literally what that person just said in the chat, I totally disagree with. Like, literally. Most big men, it take them half a season to adjust to a team or system. Some of them, it take a full season.
And not only that, when Drummond was really playing for the Lakers, they were injured. They never really got to play together that year. They had Drummond.
Exactly. You got to remember, Lamont. The Lakers won the title in the bubble in October. That's when the season ended. They started the season back up in like January. So we didn't even really get a proper offseason. That's why it was so many injuries that season in 2021, 2022.
Yeah, and don't forget that formula, they won the hardest chip that you could win.
And not only that, they were the number 1 defense, man. That's really where the issue lies on defense.
And that was pre-bubble. For everybody that's listening, y'all want to say, oh, the Lakers went on a bubble run. Y'all make it seem like the Lakers was the 8th seed like Miami last year and they went on some Cinderella run to the finals, man. Stop it. Lakers was the number 1 seed before the pandemic.
Well, and to be clear, we got enough players now saying that was the most impressive championship. I'm wrong with that, dog. How many players got to come out and say that was the hardest chip to win before we start going like, hey, maybe these guys know what they're talking about?
That whole bubble narrative got debunked this past season when the same 4 teams that was the final 4 teams in the bubble was the same final 4 teams last season. Miami, Lakers, Denver, and Boston.
But the overall problem that we have is effort and looking like an ostrich out there. Like, that's the problem that we have right now. Where is the chemistry, and me and Lamont then talked about this on several shows, is literally where we have the pieces, but there is the lack their effort of or understanding of the play to know where they're supposed to be on the play.
But like I told Lamont, all roads lead back to Darvin's scam.
And not only that, the players that we have right now, they too one-dimensional. Like, we have Vanderbilt, he played real good defense, but he trashed on offense. Cam Reddish, very good defense, trash on offense.
No, okay, I'm gonna challenge you on that right now. If you've been following Vando, right? And remember, he just became a Laker. If you've been following Vando, what is his primary game?
Oh, he's a defensive hustler. No, he's a defensive hustler.
No, yeah. I say offensive wise. Where does he normally score his points?
In the paint.
In the dunker spot.
Okay.
In the paint.
But he also was scoring from mid-range. So it was from dunker to mid-range. He would only shoot open threes when he was wide open, primarily. Like, so we are trying to turn him into a spot-up shooter. That is primarily not his game, G. Just
I'm not gonna lie though. He messes up so many layups though.
Huh?
He messes up so many easy layups, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
I just think he passed
He's not
Somebody
getting
got some
some
background
calls.
noise. Somebody got some
What are you
background noise.
talking about? He's not getting some calls. If
Well, the
if
Yeah,
reason
but
he's getting
man,
the
he
calls
just
that
he
he's
just
supposed
looks
to get,
sloppy at the rim, bro. He
Yeah,
just looks sloppy.
if you got a TV on in the background, can you mute it, please, because it's just kind of making the audio bad. But
bruh,
but
like
I still think y'all run into the wrong thing. Like when you look at some of the problems that the Lakers are having, like I don't know if Vando is the first thing I'm running to is the problem.
No.
Vando's a difference maker. I just use him as an example.
I didn't say he was a problem, Lamont. I literally said, like, prime example. If I bring Lamont to my team, right? I watch what he did in, just to say, college and his previous team. So I know his game, right? I should be able to add that with chemistry to my team to get the best out of Lamont, not bring him to the team and try to develop him into something totally different.
Well,
Like
I don't think I don't.
that's the part that kills me.
Let me interject real quick. Let me respond to that. When you
Hmm.
say that they're trying to make him into a 3-point shooter, I don't think that's the case. I think what they're doing, I don't think they're trying to make Vando into a 3-point shooter. Like the sets that they run, when the ball is swung around to him, he may be at the 3-point line to provide spacing for AD to get into that spot. And it just so happens that when the shot clock is low and the ball is in his hand, he has no choice but to remember when we got him, we were all hoping that he could work on his 3-point 30%. With the injury,
And here's why I challenge that, because he was our slasher last year. Him and Roy
that
was our slashing scores, and that's what people don't pay
absolutely,
attention to.
and you put him in that dunker spot. You put him in that dunker spot because that's his game. That's where he's utilized at. He's utilized for drop-offs,
But he
dunks,
also has a
putbacks.
jumper, though.
He
But
does
do
That
you
have
he
that.
really want Vando
No, he
shooting jump shots,
doesn't.
bro?
No, hold
Yeah,
on,
do
wait,
we
hold on,
really
hold
want
on.
Vando shooting jump shots?
Hold on, but like if we look into solutions, and let me give a shout out to Herm. Herm says in the Cash App, the Lakers need to call the Raptors. Salute to Sea Dog as well. He says for the laughs over the last few weeks, man, and KHTV supporting the channel. Salute to all three of you guys, man. Definitely, that's much appreciated. But I think with Vando, I think if they're going to continue to run this high pick and roll dominant style of offense, where they switch it up sometimes, but for the most part, it's a high ball screen dominant type of offense. And you're going to stick guys like Vando consistently in that corner with Reddish and Prince and some of those guys. You have to ask yourself with Vando, he can stand out there all he wants, but it's on the, does he convince the defense that they need to space out? If you're not putting a shooter out there that you can convince the defense that they're to space out, then you're not really going to space the defense. It's just going to look like a whole bunch of shooters standing around AD who's getting
He's wide open for a reason, man.
There you go.
Nobody is threatened by Jared Vanderbilt shooting a jump shot.
But I also think it falls into line with I mean, they have other sets to run. And so this is one of the things where I indict LeBron. I think like sometimes I'll watch them run the set and you'll see, okay, the set didn't get the desired results. Bron will reset at the top of the key. He'll ditch the play and just go straight to high ball screen. And with AD. And then when they collapse on AD and clog the lane, the end of the shot clock, we call those time bombs. He's throwing it to Vando or somebody in the corner, and they have absolutely no choice but to shoot.
But that's always been his game, though.
No, and that's what I'm saying. If that's his game, and that's what we know is the style that's not changing, then when we talk about potential trades, why not just get guys that can satisfy that role, since he seems like he goes to it a lot? And then Vega, I think your mic is mute because we can't hear you, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was just respecting everyone's turn. I don't want to talk over everyone. Thank you for allowing me to get in here. I'm a first time comer on, all right? Pause. But the reason, but the reason why, guys, because of what Vando brings defensively and his length, and you can't quit on that because he's on every ball. His hands are up. He's going to get you 50-50 balls, even on the offensive side. So I guess that's the commonality in why you play him, because when you go down, right, when you go down the list of the personnel, you got to say, okay, we may not get it on offense, and this guy is not going to be mad if he doesn't touch the ball. Anything he gives us offensively is a bonus, but you can't minimize his impact on the 50-50 plays and what he does defensively in conjunction with AD.
But Vin, no,
Yes.
we're not. Nobody's discrediting what he brings to the team. The issue is that he can't be in the starting lineup. The Lakers with him, with this new starting lineup with Bron, AD, Taurean Prince, Vando, and Cam Reddish. That is the worst offensive lineup, worse than the Wizards, 30th ranked. And it's a small sample size, but it's been pretty bad.
It's like they're playing 3-on-5.
No, but remember, hold on. I think the problem with that is if this conversation is supposed to be about the solutions, we know that no matter what lineup you put out there right now, it's flaws. It's either going to be flawed defensively or it's going to be flawed offensively. So Darvin Ham switched it up, said, I'm going to go with defense. We 2 games, they're 1-1 with this defensive lineup. We've yet to see what it looks like maybe after 5 games or so, but we've seen a larger sample size of the offensive lineup. And the defensive woes have just led to them having 2 better starts to games. So he's trying something different, which is I respected it, but he's trying to work with a broken roster that he has. If we're talking
about what you got to understand though, bro, is that just because he made a change doesn't mean that was the best change.
No, all I'm saying is he made the best change with what he has.
No, that's not the case, bro. There's better lineups you can start. There's better lineups you can start, Lamont.
I mean, I agree. I would start Christian Wood. That would be something that I would
Christian Wood needs to start, and Rui probably needs to start in place of either Cam Reddish or Vando.
But see, I think the problem, I'm going to let you cook sturdy. I think one of the issues is you also have to consider, okay, where does my bench punch come from? If I
Austin
do start
Reaves, a guy, D'Angelo Russell, that's your bench.
Yeah, but hold on. But see, what happens is, and you guys complain about this a lot. You say that Reeves and D'Lo can't be in at the same time. If those are the first
not
two
in the
bench,
starting lineup, they listen. When you can't have D'Lo and Austin, I said it before the season started. If they're going to start, we got one of the bottom 5. We have a bottom 5 starting backcourt in the Western Conference easily if that's your starting lineup. So what happened at the start of the season? Few games in, Darvin benches Austin. Cool. Couple games ago, he finally benched D'Lo. Cool. What happened the first game? They brought D'Lo off the bench. He had a very good game against OKC. I think he had 15 off the bench. 15. That's a good game for D'Lo. Put him against the other team's second unit. Same with Austin Reaves. You put him. Austin Reaves is not a starter. He's not a starting caliber guard in the Western Conference. Anybody that thought he was, what sport are you watching? He's getting cooked. He got cooked in the Western Conference Finals.
Let me go to Sturdy real quick, and then I'm gonna run down a few of these trades that I put together. But go ahead, Sturdy.
Yeah, first of all, salute everybody. Happy holidays. Second thing is
happy holidays, pal.
Yeah, like Lamont, you hit it on the head. First of all, Lamont, this is a mandatory quota now. For every live stream you do, you gotta start with a film study. I'm sick of your BS, all right? New year, new you. It's that simple, all right? Second thing is, in regards to solutions, like, is this a flawed roster? Like, this team can't shoot for nothing. Look at the Christmas game. The Lakers made that 18-point comeback on top of getting stops. They were making open 3-point shots. And then you look at the third quarter, they lost that lead because what did KP start doing? Start sagging off whoever they put at forward, start helping the lane lines, preventing the driving lanes from AD LeBron, and make the Lakers shoot what they couldn't do. And then the Celtics got back hot again. So the main problem is 3-point shooting. No personnel on this entire team is consistent shot catch and shoot taker. They don't threaten the floors enough and space the floor enough in order for AD and LeBron to operate consistently. So they got to get 3-point shooting. And I claim I only have a solution, then I have a question for the Lakers fans. The solution is I think the Lakers should prioritize trying to trade for these three guys, two different teams.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Clarkson, and Kelly Olynyk.
Yeah.
For those two guys in particular, both those guys can shoot. If you pay attention to Kelly Olynyk specifically, he does a lot of little things that Lamont was referring to, crashing the board, setting screens, underrated defender. And Jordan Clarkson can not only catch and shoot, but he can create his shot on his own, as you saw with Utah. So when LeBron's getting rest or AD's going through the offensive woes, you have another consistent guy along with Austin Reaves that capable of give you 15 to 18 points consistently. The last guy I think they should go after him is Corey Kispert on the Wizards. He only makes $3 million a year. He's a young player, underrated, a very smart guy on the exterior, but most importantly, he can shoot the three. I believe he shoots about 39% on 5 attempts. And I know people don't watch him. No, he makes $3 million. I'm saying he's shooting 39%, about 39% on 5 attempts from 3. And let's be honest, no one really watching that much Wizards game, but in a few games that I did watch, he's not only a good catch and shoot player, but also he know how to move the ball on the weak side. Meaning he's not gonna make a lot of dumb plays. So I think those are his deal.
How many years left on his deal?
2 years.
He's
So I think
he's still on his rookie deal.
He's still on his rookie deal. So I think those are the three guys that are not only affordable, but also you look at the type of GMs and their type of their recent history of trades. The Lakers have the assets to acquire those guys, and you pay attention. Most importantly, look at those guys' contracts. They don't lock you guys down like a potential Zach LaVine would, or any of these high echelon players would for the next foreseeable years.
Yeah, because the guys you mentioned, nobody wants those guys.
And the only question, Sturdy. The only question
did you really say Corey Kispert from the Wizards? Like, what are we talking about?
No, that's
because you're caught up in the name.
You already have LeBron, you have AD, you have 2 top 10 players. You already have multiple elite defensive role players. You need 3-point spacers. You do.
Yeah. And that's why I keep saying we gotta stop with the names. Getting caught up in names is gonna hurt us, then help us, bro. Like for real.
That makes sense, but at the same time, you got to ask the question because Clarkson played alongside LeBron in Cleveland, and
it didn't work.
He played pretty good. No, he played pretty good during the regular season. But when
he played great.
When the pressure came, that's when he folded, and that's what you got to worry about with players like Clarkson and Kispert. Now, Olynyk done been in some big games. He been deep in the playoffs, so I kind of like that one. But like I said, I feel like they still need a true big man to move AD to that fold.
Now that you said
Why
that,
do you guys do this every year?
Hold on one second. George, we can't complain about it. We doing it, George.
I was saying at first it was wait till Vando get back.
George,
now Vando's back,
we're gonna need
and
you
now
to
y'all
calm
still
down.
begging.
Calm down, George.
Okay, hold on.
All right. So Lamont, what do you think?
Let me get to
this. The guys I proposed.
No, I like that because I actually proposed that. Reggie called me crazy, but when you look
I'd
at
like it too.
The problem for me is when I look at the holes, those guys fill up a lot of the problems they have. You talk about effort and energy. Kelly Olynyk is a big body. He's bigger. He's active defender. He's a catch and shoot shooter that can make threes at an efficient level, especially from the corners. That's his specialty. So when you think of, and then you talk about like what you said, you got a non-pattern player in Jordan Clarkson, guy who can get a bucket. We saw all those clips of Austin Reaves struggling with the ball, turnover, because he can't go one-on-one that well. Clarkson in them situations is lighting you up. And then you talk about also being one of the elite catch and shoot 3-point shooters. Clarkson can do that as well. So I think that would be perfect. Now, getting those guys, you got to understand there's going to be a lot of other teams looking at them guys too. I'm hearing the Celtics are looking at Olynyk right now.
Olynyk. They look at Olynyk, yeah. But the Lakers have better assets than the Celtics to get Olynyk.
I think so too. But
here's another caveat.
Here's one trade. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think it is. This is a trade you're going to be giving up. So obviously you have to give up something to get something. And I think the biggest piece in this trade I'm offering up is you're giving up Rui Hachimura. You're giving up Rui Hachimura and his $15.7 million, but you're also giving up Jackson Hayes. That's salary filler because obviously Jackson 19. Hayes. Yes, so we're giving up Rui and Jackson Hayes plus the 2029 first round pick.
You said we,
and you're going to get back Alex Caruso, his $9.5 million. You're going to get Andre Drummond at 3.4, and then you'll also get some salary filler in Torrey Craig at 2.5.
Chicago won't do that trade because they like Craig. As soon as you said Craig,
and they like Caruso. The Bulls not also like Alex Caruso as well.
I like the trade.
Hold on. Now I'm gonna tell you the reasoning behind it. So again, the Bulls are gonna any team that's gonna be knocking on the door asking for Caruso, you got to attach a first round pick with it. So they're gonna be asking for nothing less than a first round pick if you put Caruso in the deal.
Not no 2029 pick.
Hold on. When you talk about Hachimura, he's a solid secondary scorer. When you talk about players like Kobe White coming up on the rise and maybe a potential rebuild in the future, having a guy like Hachimura paired up with Kobe White can help you with young talent as far as moving forward. This is only contingent on if they are completely sold on rebuilding and they do a fire sale and they're just getting rid of players. But
yeah, but that does fill the holes, and I agree with that. Just that the
Bulls are not doing anything till they find out what's going on with Ball.
Ball done, man.
Until they find out what's going on with Ball, they are not doing anything.
I heard your trade, Lamont. I just heard that trade, right?
Yeah.
So if the Bulls get Hachimura, Rui Hachimura.
Yeah.
What would they do with DeMar DeRozan? Because they're basically like the same type of player.
The Bulls want to resign DeMar DeRozan because he's been playing so well. That's what I heard today.
And they
hold on. You just said Rui Hachimura and DeMar play the same?
I didn't say that.
I mean, what I'm saying is I should say they play the same position. I should say they play the same position and put it that way.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
One's a shooting guard / small forward.
Rui is a power forward. Rui is a power forward.
Hey, who is this, Lamont? Who's that?
That's Mingo Jester.
I didn't know Rui was a power forward, though. I thought he was a small forward.
Mingo Goofy.
I know, right?
Listen at the bitch now. You got to bring the bitch on the panel. Listen at the bitch now.
Roy
you got to start watching basketball, man. You got to start watching basketball.
Hey, Lamont.
Roy,
bring his ass on the panel.
Hey, this Jay. Hey, what's up?
What's good, Jay? Jay, where you at? You in the basement or something?
No, I'm in a hotel, man. I'm in a hotel.
What kind of hotel that?
That nigga had.
I got my headphones.
Okay, go ahead, cook. Go ahead and cook.
Man, keep burning, man. I ain't scared of nobody, man. Shut your ass.
No, Jay, go ahead and cook, Jay.
Shut your bitch ass.
Hey, focus. We need you to focus, Jay. Focus.
Yeah.
This is the real problem with the Lakers, man. The problem with the Lakers is they need defense and they need shooters, man. They keep trying to go after all these offensive players, man. They need some defense. That's what they need. Because they can't play defense.
Wow.
Defense.
That was a riveting analysis, Jay. That was amazing, bro.
But wait, hold on though. And then also the real problem is LeBron James. He picked this team.
No, don't do that.
So
don't do that.
Don't
start. The truth comes out.
Don't lie.
Jay,
don't do
the
that.
truth comes out.
Jay, don't you get tired of this, bro?
The truth comes out.
I blame this on LeBron James. He the leader of the team.
No, but don't you get tired
on the team?
No.
The truth comes out.
I put 100% of the blame on LeBron James.
The truth comes out.
Lamont, you gotta have.
I blame this on LeBron James.
Okay, that's
The truth comes out.
Okay, Jay.
Lamont, you know how like at clubs.
Jay, can I ask you a question, Jay?
No, don't ask him
You know how like at clubs there's an age limit to get in.
Yeah.
You got to be 21 or older. We got to start implementing age limits, bro.
The girly room getting mad.
Hey, Lamont,
the girly room getting mad.
Lamont, I got a question.
All right, hold on, y'all.
I'm 22 years old.
I have a question for Jay.
The audio getting bad, y'all. The audio getting bad. Too many people talking, y'all. We got to clean it up.
I have a question for Jay right fast.
No, please don't talk to Jay. Leave Jay where he at.
Slide the contract.
I blame LeBron. I put this blame on LeBron James.
So you don't put it on.
You can't do that. Fanboys get mad. mad.
No, I don't. I blame this on LeBron James, and I said what I said.
Okay, Jay.
Wow.
Jay,
Fascinating, Jay.
We've doled out a little. We've
Thank
given
you,
LeBron
Jay.
this blame and is rolling this already.
And
Thank you,
LeBron,
Jay.
reason, I'm not just,
Hey, I
I'm
want
not
to.
just saying
Hey,
I
At
don't
least
like
that's what the
LeBron.
film say.
I'm saying
The
this. I
film say
blame
it was
LeBron.
LeBron too.
Man,
Did he not pick this team? He picked this
man,
team, so he needs to be held accountable.
Go do
LeBron didn't
go
pick
do
the
your
team.
homework.
Thank you, Jay.
LeBron James picked this team. He picked these players, and now when it don't work out, this dude want to trade everybody. Bro.
Okay, hold on, Jay. Can I ask you?
So we need to pick some new ones then.
Jay.
Like always.
Hold on, Jay. Jay, what players did he pick out?
He picked out the players that's on the team now. Did he not?
Name them, Jay. Name them specifically. Name them.
Jared Vanderbilt, Rui Hachimura.
Hold on, they traded for Jared Vanderbilt.
Man, this nigga just talking, man.
Hey, Lamont, I got something really important I want to.
How did he pick Vanderbilt? They traded for
LeBron James.
You think a trade didn't go through without his say so?
Big part in bringing them players to the Lakers. Did he not? This is what
That's
he does.
Mr. Spock.
Hey, listen, I got something really important. I got something really important I want to add here. Jay, we respect where you're coming from, but I don't think this is the time to approach your argument. Let me say this. This is really important. So the Lakers only have one draft pick at the trading deadline, but if they wait until the summertime, they have three first rounders, right?
Yeah.
So
And don't nobody want them.
Just a minute, because that's semantics, fellas. I just want to bring up a real valid point. In the event we don't see movement and everyone is upset, we would understand that we didn't have the assets for the guys that are out there. And we've seen this story before where the team has had to wait until the summertime to make a bigger splash. So if we could kind of stay on track with what we could possibly really do, I think that would be more beneficial than us at this moment blaming LeBron James and blaming other people. Like
But he played a big part in picking this team, did he not?
Yeah, but Jay, hold on, Jay. No, Jay, just to help you out real quick, Jay. Look, this is the thing. Let's just say we're gonna go with Jay's narrative that this is all Brian's fault. The purpose of the conversation is to get to solutions to start to resolve the issues around this roster. Because the one thing we all agree on is that there are issues on this roster. I think most of us agree on the fact that they need shooting. And to me, I've always said they got to find a way to defend the three-point line a little bit better. The offensive glass, as the video shown, has been an issue. So, Jay, since you brought up the problem, Jay, what's your number one solution to fix these problems?
I feel like they got. Maybe they can go out to Trae Young. Maybe that'll be a good solution.
A $40 million third option? That's what you want?
I could swear you said
they're not getting Trae Young.
Oh, man, this dude true.
Lamont, man. Lamont, I told you about this dude, Jay, man.
You want a $40 million third option, dude.
They're not getting Trae Young.
No. He wants a 5'11". He wants a 5'11" $40 million third option.
Oh yeah,
but it's still a $40 million.
And not just that. He said we need
the Lakers will
defense.
have to give up half of their team to get Trae Young.
Jay said we need a defense. Jay said we need a defense. Then he turned around and say, "Let's go get Trae Young." What are you talking about?
Wow.
Right.
And furthermore, the Lakers will have to give up half of their team to get Trae Young.
Right.
Hey, I'm just saying he was one of the names I was throwing in there.
What you mean you just saying? It doesn't add up what
Lamont,
you just said.
Lamont, I traded Jay to you. You might have to trade. You might have to package Jay up and trade him to another channel, Lamont. Seriously.
Lamont,
this is getting a little bit ridiculous.
Okay, Jay, for real. To make that trade that you're talking about, right? To make that trade that you're proposing,
that's why
they will have to give up the bulk of their team to $40 million, Jay. You do realize that, right?
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like,
how is Trae Young gonna help if you have to give up the bulk of your team to acquire him? So how's he gonna help? Cause you do understand that Trae Young plays like IT did with Boston, that's the last metaphor I could give you.
This is
Well,
2K
Boston had to
logic.
hire him.
Maybe
But I understand that. But I'm really pointing it out to him because just like Boston had to hide IT on defense, that's what Atlanta's doing right now, my G. So you want the Lakers? You just said you just acknowledged that we have a defensive problem, but you didn't say nothing about the effort in chemistry wise. But you say get Trey Young, and we're going to have to hide him on defense. How is that a solution? A $40 million person that we got to hide.
Come on, guys. This should not be a teachable moment right now. Let's move. Let's move on.
That's why I'm telling Lamont. We ain't got time,
on.
Vin. We don't got
This is not
time.
a
You trying to sit here and
teachable
school Jay about the game of basketball.
Lamont, get to your trades, bro. Please.
Let me hold on. Let me get to Aaron. Aaron pulled up from Laker Nation. Aaron, what you got on this, Aaron? Hold on, Jay. You got to let it go, Jay. We moving on.
I'm gonna say this on.
I know, Jay. You got to let it go.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Dude, shut up, man.
All right, Jay.
Get my dick out your mouth, nigga. Stop
with the insults, man. Let's not listen.
Worried about what I'm saying. I ain't even worried about.
All right, hold on, Jay. It's on Aaron. It's on Aaron. Go ahead and cook, Aaron.
Shut up, man. Like Gemini was saying, right? Like Gemini had a couple points on we need shooters, and defensive play, and I get where he coming from on that, because them guys out, like D'Lo ain't playing no defense. What's his name? I forgot the other dude. It was D'Lo and was somebody else that wasn't playing no defense.
Austin Reaves?
Yeah. Yeah, and Austin wasn't playing no defense. So I'm like, okay. So Austin had Pat Bev on when I watched the 76ers game. I'm like, how you letting Pat Bev do you like that?
Pat Bev was a good defender, though.
I'm like, God, you letting Pat Bev lock you up like that? I'm like, that's crazy.
I've been trying to tell y'all Austin was a scam, man.
All right. Hey, hold on. We got Low pulled up. Low, what's good, Low?
What's up, man? Just too many people didn't know they were talking. It was just kind of disgusting. The problem with the Lakers is that the things that they need are things that everybody's kind of looking for, and they're like some of the most valuable pieces in the league. So even if you get 3-point shooting, like trying to find a 3-and-D player, in particular 3-and-D wing, is very, very difficult. And also they need a point of attack defender as well, because they don't have that either. But to the Vando conversation, the reason why Vando is like a conundrum is that even though, yes, within the minutes in which he's played, he's like a really, really good energy guy for the Lakers, provides really good defense for us, and et cetera, et cetera. The problem, though, is that he bleeds way more value offensively. And also Darvin Ham is an egregiously bad coach. So he doesn't know how to maximize Vando, or at least try to make it to where he's not a complete
Thank you
offensively. So that lends, even as valuable as Vando is defensively for the Lakers, it still lends it to where he's just not going to be able to receive minutes, and this is unfortunate. And because of that, I honestly think I fiddle with the concept that the Lakers should just move on without Vando. As good as a player he is,
you can't trade Vando till next year.
I mean, regardless of when they trade him, just saying he's not a piece that is in the bigger picture for the Lakers. He's just not.
I mean, I think
disagree on that.
He just got to go to the bench. That's it. He can't be in your starting lineup. That's the issue with Vando. He can't be in your starting lineup.
I still don't think that. I just don't think that he's. We had a different coach than maybe, but the way that the team structured their offense, he's always going to be a negative. There's nothing that we don't. There's not enough motion.
I agree.
There's just not. And the way that teams tend to include non-shooters or non-shooting threats or non-spacers in their offense is with player movement, is with ball movement, is with them setting off-ball screens and dribble handoffs and getting them involved in that manner, so they can still tie up a defender while the ball handler is coming off a screen. But Vando standing in a corner or in a dunker spot just shrinks the floor even further for a team that already struggles to get quality looks for everyone else. Which this is also something that was seen in last year's playoff run as well. So it's kind of tough.
No. Last year playoffs, he was actually injured. He got injured in the previous
No,
round and then
he
played
wasn't,
through.
man. He played.
He just because he played didn't mean that he wasn't injured, bro. Did you look at the man on the bench? He looked like a mummy.
What was wrong with him?
It was his shoulder, his ab, and his thigh.
Hold on,
Like,
hold on.
injured.
Hey,
That's
and
hurt.
Lo, let me ask you a question because Herm asked this question in the Cash App, and I'm gonna ask everybody on the panel this. Herm's question was, do you guys think that the Lakers are going to be able to pull off any particular trade with some of those Raptors players? Because I mean, if there are any 3-and-D players, the Raptors have a couple of them. And when you talk, I think the one that's not realistic is Siakam. I think OG is a far reach, and then I think Gary Trent Jr. is in the realm of possibility if you take on another guy like Malachi Flynn, and if you send over D'Lo or somebody their way. I don't know. How do y'all feel about some of the guys on the Raptors addressing some of the Lakers' problems?
I don't feel like they could get Siakam or Anunoby. I don't think they would get them just because of their contract.
That's what I
don't think they would want to pay them.
That's what I said. I said
agreed.
I said with Siakam, it's probably not realistic. OG is probably a far reach, and then I said the more realistic target would be Gary Trent. That's what I was asking Lo about.
Lamont, the one player that you didn't mention, I'm a little bit embarrassed to say this because I was getting on his ass all last year. But the one player you didn't mention that was a former Laker that is a member of the Raptors right now, I think he could help out a little bit, and that would be Dennis Schroeder.
What? You said that?
I think it'd be Dennis Schroeder. I think it'd be Dennis Schroeder, man.
Wait a minute, Mr. Food Stamps claimer himself.
Listen, when I saw Vin, let me tell you, when I saw Dennis Schroeder over the summer in the World Cup,
oh my god,
and he hit that move on Austin Reaves, I said I really question us getting rid of Schroeder and keeping Austin Reaves. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Do you think Dennis Schroeder? You think Schroeder is a better
Schroeder
player?
actually left for money though. He left for money and not being a starter. Like that's why he left. It wasn't just money; it was the starting position also.
Right. The Raptors are 11 and 18.
I just don't see how Schroeder, and I think Lowe's going to expand on it. I just don't see how he fixes the problems with this team currently.
He doesn't.
Right.
Okay, but you just mentioned Jordan Clarkson though.
Okay, but Jordan Clarkson is
they're essentially the same player.
They're not the same.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
Check the stats.
No, they're not.
The stat does not mean that they're the same player.
I watched it.
You're right. Schroeder's actually better defensively. You're right. Schroeder's actually better defensively.
Okay, so why would you say they're the same player if you know that then?
No.
Here's the thing. Can I get it real quick?
The production is pretty much identical,
Yeah,
and then on top of that, Schroeder's a better defender.
Player though, that doesn't mean they're the same player.
Okay, you're hung up on one thing that I said, but you're not addressing anything else that I said.
I agree that I don't think Jordan Clarkson really addresses our problems either. I think both of those are bad choices. I think if you're getting a guard, you would much rather try to go for Caruso.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing, guys. Gabe Vincent being out, man, based off of what he did last year,
hurts.
We had so many high hopes for him, and you can't be mad at a person who's injured. Injuries are a part of the game. So we're not gonna, again, like I always say, I say this in the locker room. We never have an opportunity to see the full roster because of injuries. And he's gonna be out another 6 weeks. I know, but when we talk about these picking up additional point guards, if you wait 6 weeks, you may see something that you like.
Well, I see where you come.
Caruso's just better.
Hey, Mont, this is the question I have for you because you're a coach, honestly, right? So try to answer this honestly as you can, right? When a coach lets everybody know that he coaches with emotions and he picks who plays out of how he feel and emotions and stuff, that's not a good coach, right?
I mean,
come on, Mont.
No, so it's like it's all coaches coach with some type of emotion because it all stems to who they trust.
But they ain't gonna tell us. They not gonna tell us.
I'm saying trust is an emotion. So if a coach don't trust you, he's probably generally not going to go with you as much. And just like right now with Darvin Ham, obviously D'Lo has just lost trust with this coaching staff. And He's out of the starting rotation. He's probably going, he's probably going to be traded primarily because of it. So, yeah, I mean, you have to coach with a little bit. You have to use common sense too. But in the NBA, it's just a little bit deeper than that too.
Lamont, I think Fuck You Mean just wants you to admit that Darvin is just a terrible head coach.
No, I don't think he's a bad coach. He's just he's a second. He's making mistakes.
We have a personnel problem.
Hold on. So let me give you some pushback, Mont. So Mont, hold up, Mont. You telling me that when you
I don't think he's a bad coach. So.
When you're coaching, you're gonna allow like hurting somebody's feelings. You're gonna keep them in the game because you're scared to hurt their feelings. That's how you a coach.
Well, I don't know if that's why he kept certain players in the game.
That's what he said. That's his words.
I don't know.
That's true, Lamont. We reported on that. We reported on that in the Western Conference Finals. They didn't want to bench D'Lo because they didn't want to quote unquote lose him.
Let me put back on that.
That's a coaching strategy that a lot of coaches do.
Yeah, that's not.
Listen,
it was just like
when y'all trolling, man.
When Klay Thompson missed like 20 threes in a row, they said Klay Thompson keep shooting. We believe
that's Klay Thompson, man.
Right?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, but
four-time champion. You talking about a one-time All-Star and D'Angelo Russell?
But the whole purpose of what I'm saying is just like what Lo was saying. It's a common strategy. It's not like he's doing something that's brand new concept.
But you want to know how I know that he really should have benched him in the Western Conference Finals, because he just benched him a couple games ago. So had you would have done it maybe 6 months ago, maybe we aren't sitting here, giving credit to the Chicken Nuggets for being NBA champions.
I think the reasoning for the benching is different. That's all.
The Nuggets being, if you think that D'Lo being a starter or a bench player was going to make the determination,
thank you, Lo.
Like I don't know what we're.
So D'Angelo Russell averaging 6 points a game had no part in the Lakers losing in the Western Conference Finals.
When we lose them by 3 and 4 points,
I think
we lose them by 3 and 4.
Okay, if you let me answer, I'll answer.
Hold on, let him answer.
I think that has something to do with it. But if you think that is the end goal of it, no. Especially when one of the games D'Angelo Russell didn't start.
So low.
I'm almost done. I promise you, I'll let you talk. Especially when one of the games D'Angelo Russell did not start, and the Lakers still lost that game.
Yeah, game 4. So low. Let me ask you this, right? In the first round, D'Angelo Russell was our third best player. He averaged 16 a game against Memphis. In the second round, D'Angelo Russell, third best player, he averaged 16 a game against Golden State. You want to know what the result of those two series were? The Lakers won. We get to the third round, the Western Conference Finals. His production went from 16 a game to 6 a game, and we lose in a close sweep, in a 4-game sweep. And you're telling me that wasn't probably the biggest reason why we lost, was the fact that his production dropped from 16 to 6? Man, stop it.
I don't think that's the biggest reason. I think the biggest reason.
So tell us what the biggest reason was.
I mean, if you stop talking, I'll let you.
Low. Wait, Low. Before you get in here, let me.
Hold on. Let Low answer one question at a time, y'all. Y'all hit them too. Y'all just throwing too much stuff out there. And then I'm gonna come to you, Ben Vega, right after Low gives his answer, y'all. I'm trying to keep the audio clean.
The reason why we were winning, not to say that his input didn't help, because it certainly helped. But the reason why we were winning in the first 2 rounds is because defensively we were able to contain whatever the opposing team was doing, regardless if it was Memphis or Golden State. The biggest reason why we lost is because defensively we didn't have the answer for the matchups. I think they finished that series with an offensive rating like 124. Like, we genuinely could not stop any single thing that they were doing at all. So if you think that could D'Lo's production helped us out? Of course, but do I think that would have been a difference maker between us losing 4 and winning 4? I don't think it would have been that much of a shift. We might have gotten a game or 2 off, and then we would have lost in 6. But I don't think we would have won 4 games in that series because D'Lo decided to play better. No.
Well,
and we didn't play Tristan Thompson.
But hold up. Below, if we only losing by 4 points, 5 points, them 10 points that he was giving,
exactly.
Okay,
yeah,
so let me tell you.
That's not how
basketball works.
Yeah, y'all not taking into consideration he wasn't effective because Denver was really good defensively.
And
when Bruce Brown,
y'all acting like he was just missing.
Telling reporters that we're attacking D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, that was on the defense. On the offensive end, they were attacking him, but his production waned because defensively, Denver had a ton of size, and they did a much better job than, let's say, teams like Memphis or Golden State Warriors that defended them. They just played. They were a better team. That's what better teams do. They blow up your production.
Lamont, it's even more common sense than this. Listen,
It's so common sense. Coaching players in the NBA is symbiotic, bro. If a player proves to you that he can play and be in the moment, you ride and die with that player. You just said it, Reggie, and the other gentleman in the chat. If he averaged 16 points in the first round and he averaged 16 in the second round, you're not going to give up on that player. You're going to say, listen, I believe in you. I believe in you, because pro players still need to be believed in. So I don't understand.
Yeah, that is a good question. What game do you think you would have benched D'Lo?
I would bench him after game one. Not gonna lie.
So after one bad game, you would have benched him.
Yeah, because we're at that point.
So let's be clear. He had a bad game against the Golden State Warriors. The Lakers still won the game though. So would you have benched him after that one bad game against the Warriors?
Yes.
Oh my God.
No, not after the Warriors. I'm saying after the Nuggets. Yes, because he was showing patterns of it in the first 2 rounds,
rather than talking about the past.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
can we talk about fixing the team now?
You're right. We're wasting time talking to him. Anyway,
before we get back to the solution, from a schematic standpoint, why is Darvin Ham a terrible coach? I don't think he's a terrible.
I think if you watch him and you watch the Bucks coach the plays they ran, he was still there.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Oh, okay, all right. Cool.
Let me tell you
why. Damn, like how many niggas gonna talk?
Let me tell you why I think he's bad. I watched the game.
Hold on, fuck you mean? He was asking low, man.
My bad.
I was asking anybody on the panel who can schematically tell me why Darvin Ham's a terrible coach.
Fuck you mean?
Hey, damn, anybody.
No, go ahead, go fuck you mean. Go ahead, go. I think you.
I want to hit, bro. I want to hit on there. The fuck you mean?
No, let's hear from him. Hold on, let's hear from him. He might have something good for us. He might have something. And salute to fuck you mean for hitting the cash up. He definitely a supporter of the channel too.
Let's hear the schematic.
Listen, man. Listen. When they played, who was that? San Antonio, right? The second game, because we almost lost both games. But when they played them the second game, do you remember what happened? Do you remember when they went on a 20-point? They went on like a 24-point run, and Darvin Ham didn't even call a timeout. He don't even know when to call timeouts.
Okay, so bad timeout.
Okay, man. Hold on, no, don't just roll past that. Like
no, I agree with you. That is a problem. But what else? The bad timing. Yeah, that's
what else?
There should be
lineups, rotations.
Well, we're waiting. I'm sorry for the nigga to cut me off. I would hope he would have a good.
Do you remember almost a month and a half into the season when Darvin Ham said, and I quote, "I don't even know my lineups yet." You remember?
Because the team was injured, so why would he know the lineups if everybody's injured?
Everybody. Do you know how hard it is?
No, bro. No.
Do you know how hard it is? Can I just say this real quick? Do you know how difficult it is to fucking coach a LeBron-led team? Almost every coach, man, has an issue. We excoriate every single coach when they're not playing up to snuff or not playing up to par. So you got to come with more solid stuff than him not calling timeouts. Because I've seen great coaches like Phil Jackson say, "I'm gonna let my players figure it out."
No. His timeout management is bad.
How about
let me say this.
When he got Christian Wood on the bench, what about that?
Christian Wood is egregious. He's bad.
Let me say this. Let me say this.
He's bad.
Go for it.
So you standing. So coaching is like you standing there with your hands in your pocket. That's coaching.
For some people, just because some people, their mannerisms are like that. Yes.
Yeah, just because you're not getting. Wait a minute. Just because you're not getting.
They interrupted.
Wait a minute. Just because you're not getting what you want aesthetically from today's type of coach doesn't mean that he's a bad coach. Gone are the days of guys yelling at players, getting in players' faces. They do that shit in football. They don't do that with the soft players in the league anymore. You guys got to move past the 80s and the 90s of the way of coaching style.
Then that's totally cap.
Different. No, let me tell you why.
Sturdy, this is what they interrupted me for, just FYI. I was going to give you an
but let me tell you why. Listen, I don't agree with everything that Darvin Smith. Y'all, the guys who know me.
Okay, who? Darvin Ham, right? Okay, let's stick on that. Let's not go around the world in 80 days, bro. Let's stick on that. Why? For everyone on this panel who think he's a terrible coach, from a schematic basketball standpoint, Why is that?
You asked that.
You
asked that question. I was about to answer, but they decided to talk.
No, go ahead, Lo. I wanted to hear.
Because you can make an adjustment.
Okay. So yeah, instead of talking about hands in the pockets, one of the biggest problems that I've noticed recently is like, I think which a lot of coaches do. They take play calls from the previous situation they're from, and he does the exact same thing. And if you watch a lot of the Bucks 2 years ago when he was coaching or assistant coaching for the Bucks, he's running a lot of similar sets. The problem is that the personnel is different. So, for example, one of the go-to sets that the Lakers run is that like a dribble handoff on the wing, where AD is handing off to Taurean Prince. That set is something that routinely gets ran with Giannis and Chris Middleton. The problem is Taurean Prince is not Chris Middleton. So that's one of the sets they run. They run another horn set at the top of the key where the ball handler, who's supposed to be Drew Holiday, goes off of one screen that then goes into a flare screen, and then he pops back off for a dive at the basket, the power forward being Giannis, and a pop out for the small forward, Chris Middleton, gets off a flare screen. The problem is, again, he doesn't run that set with LeBron as a ball handler. He only runs it with D'Lo and Austin Reaves. And again, Taurean Prince is a Chris Middleton man, and he's not as good as Chris Middleton. And AD's fine. Another problem is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, AD's post-ups have gone down. You could argue undeniably it's because of lack of hitting another big next to him. So he's playing center. He's trying to post up bigs. I believe it's because, again, a lot of the sets are ran similar to the way he would run Giannis, where it's a lot at the top of the key or high in the wing. There's no real actual sets that he runs in the post. Recently, he's done a lot of adjusting to that, and AD's gotten more post touches, and he's been making proper reads. But I think that's one of the biggest problems I see offensively is that he's not positioning the team correctly with the personnel that we have. Instead, it's either free-flowing pick and roll or a lot of sets that he took from Milwaukee over to where we are now.
Can I say something? This is the one thing I've learned about plays. The one thing I learned, and it took another really good coach to show me this, it ultimately don't matter what you run. If you can motivate your team to a certain degree, you can make almost anything work. I can take elementary school plays, and if I can motivate a group of guys and if I can get them to believe as a 5-man unit that this play works and they run it hard enough, you can literally make almost anything work in the NBA level. And I think the goal, obviously, with their offense is to get the ball in LeBron and AD's hands a lot. I just think any offense that you run, I don't care how you try to you can move it, you can run flex options, you can go 1-4 low, right? So maybe flatten the defense out. You can, no matter what you run, teams are always gonna have their defense heavily influenced towards AD. Like, I don't care how you try to move them around. I don't care how you try to bring them off screens or pin. The defense is always going to pay a lot of attention to AD. And they can do that because the Lakers still lack some of the fundamental things you need to give him space in any offense you run.
Lamont.
So I think they're going to struggle with anything. I don't care how you try to space it out, how do you finesse it, if you can't shoot the ball.
Lamont.
And I think that
is another problem that we're really, really bad.
I just think catch and shoot shooters will solve a lot of problems for them.
Lamont, can I tell you my issue? Can I tell you my issue with you, Lamont?
What'd I do?
Okay, so here's my issue, right? Yeah. You say that Darvin is not a bad coach. Now, my thing is, this is the second consecutive season, because he was hired last year as a rookie head coach. This is second consecutive season his team has gotten off to poor starts to start the season. We started 0-5 last year, 2-8 in our first 10 games. I believe now, if you take out the in-season tournament games, I forgot what our record was, but it's bad. It's bad. It's a losing record.
Why would you take out regular season games?
It's either
why would you take out regular season games?
Either 1-7 or 1-8.
Why would you take out regular season games?
I'm saying if you take out the tournament games,
why
the in-season tournament games, if you take those games out,
regular season they part of the season. They're regular season games. They just count towards something else.
No, what he's saying is that they only play hard. They play hard.
Exactly. Everybody knows that they were going to try to win the tournament. It was 500,000 on the line. That's why they was going hard for those games. And then if you actually look at who they played, 30. What was the best team they played in the in-season tournament? Who's the best team?
I think the Suns.
Exactly. A struggling Phoenix Suns team that's not even 500 right now. That was their best win.
Okay. So his thing. So we're not gonna leave out the context of this, right? One, both seasons, y'all had bad personnel or injuries. So we're not gonna leave that context out. And the second thing is, just like this dude's fourth team within 2 seasons. He changed the roster, so it's going to take time for a defensive-minded coach to get his defense back up to par.
So once again, it's never his fault. Is what you're telling me. Nothing.
I didn't say that.
No, that's what you're saying. Because you got it.
No, did I say
every excuse?
If I said
you
that,
got every
if I
excuse
said
for why
that,
he's a good for why he's
no. What I just said was logic for any coach in NBA. If your best personnel isn't there, or you have a flawed roster, you're not really going to have a great start.
Wow. So last year when he had 3 Hall of Famers, what other coach who started the season last year had 3 Hall of Famers?
What you mean?
What other coach? What other coach? 30 got 2.
That team.
30. Sturdy. What other coach?
That
has
team
2
and
top
that
10
talent
players
didn't fit
in the
together.
NBA? Can you name one other coach with 2 top 10 players?
So you think you does that make Tyronn Lue a bad coach?
No. Answer the question. Name one other.
This year, Tyronn Lue started the season with 3 Hall of Famers, and he had a record of 3-7 when he first started.
That means they should have fired him, right?
So by your logic, they should have fired Tyronn Lue, correct?
Is Tyronn Lue Darvin Ham? Yes or no?
What?
Does Tyronn Lue have a championship? Yes or no?
So now you bring in championship into the equation.
Yes, nigga.
Darvin Ham does have a championship.
Yes, my nigga.
Darvin Ham has a championship.
Darvin Ham does have a championship. He won with the Bucks.
No, he don't got no rings as a head coach. Stop it, Sturdy. Stop it.
Oh, now you got to be a head coach. Okay.
But hold on.
Ty Lue has a championship as a head coach. Man, stop it.
Okay.
And what I noticed what these niggas like to do is they deflect to another topic. They bring in Ty Lue. Who the fuck is talking about Ty Lue?
No, you mentioned Ty Lue.
You asked the question.
You just brought up Ty Lue.
You asked
nobody. I was talking about Darvin Ham.
You asked the question. You asked the question. Which coach had 3 Hall of Famers on it? That's what you asked. And so I gave you the answer. Ty Lue this season had 3 Hall of Famers on his roster and started with a 3-for-7 record. I'm answering the question that you presented to us, my nigga. And so now,
and then I asked you another one. I said, what other coach had 2 top 10 players on the roster this season? Did you answer that one?
I didn't hear. Did y'all hear that one? Or y'all just
now you didn't hear that. Answer the question. You heard the other question. Answer that one. Who got 2 top 10 players?
Okay, so I heard that one. Cool.
Hold on. Let me
answer the question. You answered the other one. Answer that one.
Rich, hold on. Just simplify.
Exactly.
Hold on. I think a lot of people would agree. Coaches in this league.
Westbrook didn't fit our team though.
Hold on. Coaches in this league, y'all, are primarily judged on how they finish the season, not how they started. There's so many things that go wrong. So this is what the reason the Lakers were primarily looking at how Darvin Ham finished the year, which is what the momentum they brought into the next year. And this is why a lot of coaches can get away with bad starts, because we've seen a lot of teams get off to bad starts for numerous reasons.
Ime Udoka had one of the most talented rosters in the NBA and started with a losing record.
Lamont, let me tell you this, Lamont. Let me tell you this. This is why I say Darvin Ham is bad, right? I actually got some legitimate reasons. So if you look at LeBron's coaches, right, over the years, Eric Spoelstra, his first year with LeBron, got to the finals. Frank Vogel, his first year with LeBron, got to the finals. Tyronn Lue, his first year with LeBron, got to the finals. Darvin Ham, y'all celebrate because he got to the Western Finals.
So Mike Brown is a bad coach?
What happened to Mike Brown? What the fuck happened to Mike Brown?
Mike Brown is a bad coach now?
See, you notice what they do? They deflect, right? I didn't even bring up like I brought up. They don't have nothing to say, so then they mentioned another coach that I didn't even bring up. Mike Brown ain't been LeBron coach in 12 years. In 13 years.
It's been 10 years.
No. Eric Spoelstra hasn't been since like 10. What you talking about?
It's been 10 years.
No, but you're making it sound like Westbrook was a good fit for this team.
He was not a good fit.
We all know and acknowledge that.
So then you bench him then.
Never a good
Mike Brown's a great coach.
$40 million player.
But he did.
He was a $48 million player. You had to justify that benching before you bench him, dog.
So once again, they have no reason why all those other head coaches was able to take
You're
LeBron to the
deflecting
finals in
right
his
now.
first year.
No,
Yet
no,
they make
go back to your original
Darvin.
question. I just answered it. Was Westbrook a good fit for the Lakers? Yes or no?
No.
Okay,
No.
so now since you acknowledge that, even though he was still on the team, you have to also acknowledge before you bench him because of his salary of 48.7 if I remember correctly, you had to justify benching him. So you had to play him to show everybody else outside of why you're justifying the benching.
Is
But
Russ
you're
on the
making
team
it
this year?
sound like
Is Russ on the team this year?
No.
Exactly. So what's the excuse this year? You ain't got Russ now.
I mean,
so
he
what
fits
you blaming
over
on this
there.
year? What's the excuse this year?
Injuries.
Injury prone.
You
We
see, they
average.
always got
No,
an
hold on,
excuse.
hold
They
on.
always have an
I'm
excuse.
letting them.
Reggie, you can't ask a question
I'm
and
letting
they
them
don't like
get it
the
out
answer.
for a reason because we average 4 to 5 people on the injury report at the beginning of the season. We had
And we're the only team
But
dealing with injuries, right?
all them people are injured because
5?
no, hold on. All them people injured because Darvin Ham coaching them and having them in the wrong position, so they getting hurt, right?
That part
Gabe Vincent was injured because Darvin
just
Ham
had
coached
LeBron
him in
at
a
center.
wrong position.
Just
What?
LeBron
What?
You just build your entire argument.
Vanderbilt got injured because he got coached in the wrong position.
Okay, Lamont, I'm going on mute, waiting till we get
once
to the
again,
solution.
if Darvin's a good coach, why is the offense 24th
No,
ranked in the league?
hold on, but Rich, I'm not saying he's this great coach. I'm saying
You say he's not a bad coach.
Hold on. All I'm saying is, look, it's
called mid.
It's okay.
I think he's a bad coach.
Because Lowe thinks he's a bad coach. You think it's okay for us to disagree on that?
I think he's mid.
I just think that as a second-year coach on any level, you're going to have your own struggles. You're going to have growing pains, and I think right now he's dealing with a lot of the growing pains of the job. I think the Lakers, they have to start making smart moves, which means sticking it out with the right guys. And, obviously, is Darvin Ham the perfect coach? Is he always going to make the right substitutions, adjustments, and moves? No, he's not. I think there's some things that they can do going into next year where they can supplement some of his weaknesses.
Let me ask you this, Lamont.
Hold on,
Who's a better coach? Who's a better coach?
It's not about who's a better coach because coaches in the NBA are as strong as their supporting staff. So your assistants also help. So I think as good as Phil Handy is, Phil Handy's primary strength, Phil Handy, his primary strength in the league has been player development, not being a
PD.
Lamont,
I thought they should have went after. I thought they should have went after the Phoenix. I mean, not the Phoenix. It's the Portland Trailblazers former coach,
Terry Stotts.
Yeah, Terry Stotts, because he's an offensive mastermind, and he somehow knows how to make guys who are generally inefficient players efficient. So again, I think going into next year, they might make some changes to the assistant coaches to supplement his strengths, but Darvin Ham brings his own unique strengths that you can't just look over. And I think they'll just make changes for that, but you can't just go firing your coaches here and there and expecting the team to be consistent. You got to have consistency somewhere, and it has to start from the top going on down. You cannot keep
is anybody really surprised that the Lakers are a bad offensive team? Is anybody really surprised?
No, because Darvin Ham is not an offensive guy. He's a defensive-minded head coach.
I don't even think the personnel is linked to them being a great offensive team.
Exactly.
I don't even think the personnel.
But my thing is, how is Darvin Ham a defensive coach when he only plays small people that's not defensive?
When y'all waiting defensive?
I'm all right. Let's go through this. If that's what you believe, which players are he?
No, that's what he do.
No, that's not okay. Which players is he supposed to play?
Christian Wood.
Christian Wood is a defensive player,
bro.
What does he give you defensively?
I'll ask the question again.
Better than what we got right now.
I'll ask the question again. Is Christian Wood a defensive player?
He will be better.
No, he is not.
No,
he is not.
No, he's not. He's not.
You said Christian Wood. Christian Wood, a non-defensive player. Who else should he play?
Christian Wood should be at power forward, not LeBron. How about
that? Which other player should he play?
Christian Wood should be at power forward.
Which other player?
Castleton
Fuck
should
you
get
mean?
some
Fuck you mean?
burn.
He's a defensive coach, but the Lakers got the 16th ranked defense, middle of the pack defense.
No, they don't.
Castleton. I'm answering his question. Castleton should get some burn, dog. He is eligible to play up to 25 games.
Fuck you mean? He got the 24th ranked offense and the 16th ranked defense, but he's a defensive coach.
Where's that at? Where's the 16th ranked defense from?
Lineups.com.
Man. Hey, what's up, Lamont? How you doing,
NBA
brother?
defense team rankings. Lakers are 16th ranked.
Lineups.com.
Why are you not just using NBA.com? Why are you not just using NBA.com?
What do it
No,
matter?
because
These
you
niggas
gotta
are
pay.
niggas are basically top 10. These niggas are essentially top 10.
I'm about to say on
NBA.com.
NBA.com and on Basketball Reference, they're basically a top 10 defense.
Yeah, but on NBA.com, in order to get that stat breakdown, you have to get a paid subscription.
No, you're not.
What
No, you're
he's
not.
looking at-
No, you do not. No,
you don't.
No, you do not.
You don't?
No.
I tried
It's
to pull
free.
it up.
It's literally free.
No, for the lineup part.
How do you
for
see
the
on
lineup stat
NBA.com?
part?
Where do you go?
You go to stats. You go to advanced, and then they'll break up the offensive defensive rating. And on defensive rating, the Lakers are the 11th ranked defense.
Hey, Lamont, you mind if I speak my piece, brother?
That's the reason why you lost on the other week too. That's why you lost to me. That's right there. Why you lost? You don't
even know the time.
You don't know how to research. That's the problem. All right, Lamont. I said, Lamont, you don't have any comp over here, Lamont. I'm gonna catch y'all later, man. You literally got somebody else who does not. You do not.
Low, you getting smoked Saturday.
Sturdy, maybe by you because you know how to research, but this man just openly admitted he don't know how to research. So, all right, thanks, Lamont.
Okay, so the 16th rank versus the 11th rank. That's a big deal. It's still not top 10.
Yo, somebody got echo. Somebody got echo.
Still ain't top 10.
Because it's one spot out the top 10.
I don't even know personnel. I don't even know personnel is
get him out of here. What in the world is going on? Just so everybody know, the difference between the 10th and 11th ranked defense is by 0.2. The difference between the 9th and 11th is 0.5. We're splitting hairs here. We're splitting hairs, brother.
Hey, I can't even find it though what do you say you do again?
It's NBA.com, brother. Go to stats.
Okay, stats.
When you go to stats, you see where it says teams.
Okay, teams.
All right, when you click that, you can just click any. You can click any. Don't worry about it, guys. I'll teach them. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You can click any.
Go ahead,
you can click any of the stats, right? And then it should break it into teams, general, and traditional. You see that? Lamont, I'll share my screen. Because Lamont, he needs help. Go ahead and show my screen. All right. So listen. When you're on the home page right here, you see this locker room?
Yeah, go ahead.
Stats, teams. Click on teams. You can click any of these stats. It don't really matter. Go to rebounding per game. Then you'll see teams, general, traditional. Right. Go to advanced. And you'll see offensive rating and defensive rating, net rating. You'll see that. And then you click defensive rating, and then it'll filter out from top to bottom. If you click it again, it'll filter from bottom to top. You didn't know that, did you? Then if you do that right, you go right here. There go the Lakers, 11th ranked defense, 113.0.
So is 11th? May I ask you, is 11th ranked defense? Is that elite to you?
Wow.
I think the difference between the 11th and 9th being this close, where they're basically close, I would consider, like, if you're borderline a top 10 defense, then yes.
And 16th is that much of a difference? What can you scroll down?
No.
16. Can you scroll down so we can see 16th?
16 is 115.
Yeah, 115, and what was 11th?
113. That's a difference.
That's 2 points. So that's about the same distance from 11 to 9. Right?
That's a huge difference.
No. Wait, I'm sorry. He said 11 to 9. I'm sorry. Let's stop. I said 11 to 9 is point. Point. Maybe you didn't hear that. I'm sorry.
So a point.
No, wait. I'm sorry. No.
16 to 11 is 2 points, right?
No.
Stop.
0.2.
0.2. Can you not see? I'm sorry. Maybe I need to scroll, make it bigger. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for you. You see how that says 11-13, and you see how 10 the Cleveland Cavaliers is 11.
No, that's 10. That's 10. You said 9. You said 9.
No.
You said 9.
I'm about to go to. I'm going.
You said 9. That's 0.5, sir.
I'm going to go step by step for you.
So a half a point and step 2 points is that much of a difference?
From a difference
Yes.
of 0.5.
For the efficient rating?
Stop it, man.
Yes,
for
the efficient rating.
For the efficient rating?
It's a 1.5 point difference.
I want people to understand the difference, because he just sat there and said, "Do I think 11th is that big of a deal? You think 11th is still elite?" The difference between the Lakers at 11th, right, and the Lakers from being the 7th ranked defense is 0.7. If I had said the Lakers were the 7th ranked defense, do you think we would have this conversation? Probably not, because 0.7 isn't that significant. But now he wants you to believe that 1.5 all of a sudden is closer than whatever they are to the 7th, 8th, 9th rank or 10th ranked defense.
So once again, 16th is 115, 11th is 113. That's a big difference to you, yes or no?
In defensive rating, that is, yes.
Okay.
That's a per possession.
And who's number 16? Who's number 16?
The Bulls.
And then they just beat the Lakers?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Okay.
You think they beat them because of their defense?
They stopped them from scoring, right?
I'll ask you the question again. Do you think they beat them because of their defense?
No, we missed shots.
They defended better than we did.
I'll ask you the question again. Do you think they won because of their defense?
Yes.
They won the game, nigga.
You think they won because of their defense?
They won. They did it.
Yeah, just FYI, we'll go to the game. This is the game right here.
Lo got this stuff queued up already.
I want to just DeMar DeRozan shot 75% from the field. Patrick Williams shot 60% from the field. Caruso 71. IO 62. For our team, they shot 54.5% from the field, 52.9% from three, and 90 and not. No, I agree.
Exactly.
No.
We play bad defense.
This doesn't have anything to do with the Lakers.
This doesn't have.
Lamont. We gotta ride this out. We gotta ride this out.
Let him do it. No, Lamont.
We gotta ride this out.
The reason why the Bulls won is because offensively they had an outlier game. They don't normally shoot that well from field three.
An outlier game.
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go.
Outlier game. All right.
You think Lo don't know what the fuck he's even talking about, man. Shut up, bro.
Everybody get what they want.
Outlier game.
53% from behind the arc. That's normal now?
That's been happening a lot to the Lakers too.
50.
No. They got the 11th ranked defense though, so they're good. They're good. They're good.
The great
they're
defensive
11th ranked.
coach, he getting scored 40 points on him in the first quarter every game.
On average, the teams shoot 37% against the Lakers on three, not 52.
Now, Lo, since you got the stats, Lo, can you tell the people what the Lakers? Can you Google what the Lakers record is if you take out the in-season tournament games?
Oh no, I don't do that because those are regular season games. I'm not like you. All right, I'll catch y'all later. Also, you can also just be clear.
Now you notice that, right? You notice that, right?
I've already acknowledged that.
When the stats don't fit his narrative, now he got to run.
I'm not excluding regular season games like you are, my nigga.
It's an in-season tournament game that they were competing for $500,000 for.
Guess what? The Lakers were not the only team that was incentivized to win $500,000. Everybody was.
Right. And they won it to their credit. Now, can you tell us the record without the in-season tournament game?
So the argument of being that they are incentivized to play harder. Yeah, the Pacers were, the Suns were, every team was. Every team was incentivized to play harder because they all had the opportunity to win.
Well, also, can you let me know how many games we won since then?
When's the last season? When was the last season tournament game?
We won one game, bro. One game.
One game. Oh, well, there you go. One game. He said one game.
One game. Oh no,
Nah,
we
but
beat.
that's
Y'all
hold
want
on,
more than
but
one
fuck
game.
me. That's
Y'all
elite
want more
though.
than one
That's
game.
elite.
It's
Y'all
That's
want more than
elite
one
though.
game.
Fuck you, man. That's elite.
Y'all want
No,
two. Y'all want two.
after the end
Defensive
season
guru.
tournament, we've
Y'all won two
only won
games.
one
The
game.
we
defensive
beat
Y'all
we
won
beat
wizard.
two
the we
games.
beat the Spurs and we beat OKC. That's two.
That's two games. Man.
And what? And how many losses?
Probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 losses.
Right, but that's elite though, right?
Who said that was elite?
No. You said the defense is elite. 11-3.
I
We
never
got the
said.
defensive guru. The
I
best
never said.
defensive
Oh,
coach
let's
ever.
well now let's look at it further since this is what you want to do. Against the Dallas Mavericks, no, we didn't have elite level defense. It was a bad defensive game for the Lakers. The next game against the Spurs, we won.
Don't say.
The next game against the Spurs, we lost. Again, I don't think this was great defense at all.
So you're proving our point that the defense is not that good, right?
Well, I want to. If you let me finish. I never said that the last 6 games we were playing elite level defense. I'm looking at it throughout the entire season. I never said that. I never said the last 6 games in particular we've been playing great defense. I never said.
Low. Listen, just go study the game more, bro. You're too young, man. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously.
Hold on, but BK, Low is right though. You judge a team based off the totality, not off the
not a 6, 7, 8 games.
Because you can really look to almost any team. I can probably go to almost any good team in NBA history and go to a bad stretch of games and try to push the narrative that they're a bad defensive team, even though they're really a good defensive team. I mean, these stretches happen. And the fact that, if you're a Laker fan, you just have to be happy that you had this rough patch of games. You get a much easier game in Charlotte. And the crazy thing is you had a rough patch of games and you're still over 500. Last year, this would have been damaging. This was damaging to you guys. And so the thing is you're ahead of the mode a little bit. You're still above 500. You can still make a push to climb a little bit higher as we approach the deadline. Hopefully guys can get healthy. It looks like Vincent's going to be gone for another month or two. So we'll never know with him. That's a big question mark. You'll have to make a decision there. But at the end of the day, this happens. This is a league where there's some really good teams. And the Lakers, for whatever reason, as I pointed out, players come in and everybody gives the Lakers their best shot. Guys want to come in. They know it's a nationally televised game. You got guys who maybe get on national TV once a year. When they come into LA, they looking to play in front of their homies, their families. They looking to show out, and you got guys just going crazy, just like we saw with Dante Exum. Dante Exum knocking down 7 threes. Hasn't done it since. Right. And so we see these crazy performances, but that's one of the pros and cons that comes with being the Lakers. You're going to get everybody's best shot. One of the things that helped the Lakers is it helped them late in the year last year. They got everybody's best shot, and it actually helped prepare them and help them throughout their playoff run. And so there's pros and cons to it, but
Lakers had very favorable matchups in the playoffs as well. But
they did have favorable matchups, but again, I thought Memphis was going to beat them based on
why?
Based on how Memphis was playing and based on what I had seen the Lakers doing for the majority of the year. I didn't see enough of a sample size of what they were doing after the trade to convince me that they could sustain it. Now they made me believers. And so then my stance changed once I saw them executing on a higher level. But then you have to, if you say that, the consistency going into the playoffs, you still have to give some credit to Darvin Ham for that. And for their playoff success.
Lamar, he didn't match up with Denver at all. What are you talking about? He didn't make any adjustments. And you as a coach understand that.
No, what I'm saying is with Denver, but BK and what I'm saying is I don't care what adjustments he made against Denver. The Lakers were going to get beat thoroughly. I don't care how he sliced it up.
You telling me they couldn't target Jokic at all?
No, there was no Tristan Thompson was not going to save you. Bring him in.
I didn't say Tristan Thompson.
Bro, I don't care. I don't care how you.
They didn't have the personnel. The Lakers didn't have the personnel.
No person. You were never going to compete with that team. They were bigger, faster, stronger. They shot the ball better. And then Jokic was just. I don't know how he just went God mode all of a sudden. He just went.
All right, but Lamar, they couldn't target him on the offensive end.
No, bro. Good luck.
Well, they were trying to, but it looked like LeBron was dealing with like a flat tire. Like his leg was something was wrong. He wasn't.
Brian was coming off an injury. AD wasn't healthy.
Yeah.
Right. And here's the other thing too. Like it didn't matter what the Lakers threw at them, or it doesn't matter what personnel changes or what plays you can come up with. The Nuggets were just a far better team. They were deeper. They were more sound defensively. And Jokic was having the best postseason of his entire career by far. And he still got more years left in the tank. So it didn't matter what the Lakers threw at them.
Lamont, the point
Denver
is,
was just
bro.
better.
Lamont, the point is, bro. The Lakers' offense is going to be the reason why they're going to continue to struggle. Their defense is like Lo looked it up. It's 11th ranked. It's not bad. It's above. It's above average.
That's why I've been trying to talk about. That's why I've been trying to talk about ways to improve the offense with potential trades based on looking at the film from earlier. We saw the film. Okay, now can we come up with more realistic trade scenarios that address some of the problems we saw on the tape?
Okay, it's Bogdanovic and Detroit to get 3-point shooting.
I would love that.
I still think that we need a point of attack defender regardless. So I would still get Alex Caruso, and he's solid on his threes. But the problem with
a high traffic cone. He shoot threes, yes, but he's a traffic cone.
But okay, so that's the point I was about to make. The players that ideally the Lakers need are just too much in high demand. So 3-and-D players are extraordinarily hard to find, and they don't come at an easy price point. And so even if you do try to find a 3-and-D player, you're probably going to give up a lot of assets because you're going to be competing with other teams to go get him, which is why I still believe going after Bogdanovic isn't that big of a deal because I do
really. What are you talking about, Lo? Like you mean the
I should get some burn.
What do you mean the one for Detroit? You talking about? Hell no, man.
Hell yeah,
defense, man.
Okay, did you hear what I'm saying? I know that he can't play defense. What I'm saying is 3-and-D players are very hard to come across. So even if they are accessible, I'm not saying they're not. It's hard to find them and hard to obtain them because so many teams are trying to compete for that exact same asset. So when you have a team that can leverage their defense a little bit better than other teams can, because you would have an Anthony Davis, potentially if you get an Alex Caruso as well, you would have defensive oriented players. You can give up a little bit on that side of the floor to maximize what a player can do offensively. But yes, in theory, yes. I would love to have a 3-and-D wing, but how many of them are available for us?
But the approach I was saying was my approach was prioritize what problems you have. There's no perfect trade. There's really you can't hope to go into the trade market trying to make a trade that solves all of your problems.
Agreed.
But there are trades that can maybe solve one or two of the problems, and now you just have fewer problems left on the board that you can try to deal with.
But Lamont, you're not realizing, bro, that we have guys on our team that can actually improve the way we start games, but they're just not starting. Like my issue with Darvin is one of the reasons why I'd say Darvin's a bad coach. Is the biggest thing to me is the lineups. You're not even starting the right players. This is why when we start games, we're down 16, 18 points in the first quarter.
Who should he start?
So in my opinion, I'm looking at Rui's stats right now. Rui is shooting 37% from 3 this year. Bojan Bogdanovic is 39%. Remember last year in the playoffs, Rui was shooting like damn near 50%.
So you got Rui in the starting lineup. Okay, who else?
I got Ron, Rui. AD obviously.
Yeah, that's 3.
I think you can leave Torian in there. And then I would start Woods because like Lamont alluded to earlier when he played the film, the lineup of Bron, AD, and Wood is actually, I believe, one of our best trios. So I would start a big next to AD like we did similar in 2020. I wouldn't have AD playing the 5 all game long.
Nah, I think y'all should look at what looks like defensively. He's really, really bad.
I just don't think
but he can crash the boards, he can get rebounds.
I think that will hurt your bench though.
It will.
Because off your bench, you still have D'Lo and Reeves coming off the bench together.
And I didn't mention Gabe Vincent. I didn't mention Max Christie. We still have a bench if we do the moves that
But the way you just said it though, you have 4 guards coming off the bench. All 4 of those guards aren't going to be able to play. So you have D'Lo, Reeves, Gabe Vincent, and Max Christie. Like all 4 of them can't come off.
You have Jared Vanderbilt low. You have Max
He's
Christie.
helping Ham with his 3-guard lineup.
You have
man.
Jackson.
That's what I'm saying. If you leave all 4 of the guards on the bench,
you're stuck on the guards. I just gave you 2 forwards and a big.
I get I get. I understand there's other players. What I'm saying is, how can they then play those 4 other guards?
Everybody's not gonna play, my guy.
Okay, so why would you bring? So why would you bring up Max Christie if you know he's not going to play?
Bro,
just give you an example, Lo.
What other players bro, what got still on the bench? And I gave
Well, if that's your lineup, which I'm fine with the Rui thing actually, but if that's the Christian Wood thing is kind of off. I do agree though that we should get a 5 to put next to AD. I just don't know how realistic that is at this point, and I don't think Christian Wood is.
I agree. But
that is what we need.
Yeah, I do. I agree. That's what we need, but I don't know how accessible some of these players
are.
But
right now, you don't have that guy on the team. You have to trade for him. I'm saying right now, put him in there.
And
then
from,
you make
from
a
what,
trade for
from
somebody
what
else, and you go with that guy.
And from what Christian Wood has provided to the Lakers so far in the 26 games he's played, he has not been consistent from 3 at all. He's been a solid rebounder within the minutes that he's given them, but he's just been a really bad defender as well. But regardless, if you go that route, you have who's your next 5 coming off the bench? You're saying Reeves, D'Lo, and who else?
You have Reeves, you have D'Lo, you still have Gabe Vincent, you still have Jackson Hayes.
But you got to give me a bench
Max
rotation.
Christie.
You can't just say names. You got to
give. I keep asking this nigga to give me the next 5. What are the next 5? You just named me 3 guards. You named me the 4 guards.
I just gave you 5 play. Are you listening?
Do you nigga? Does this nigga not understand what he's saying? I said give me the next 5, and you gave me 4 guards. You gave me 4 guards. How can the 4?
You mean shuffle them for you? You mean to say the names differently? What more do you want?
How can the 4 guards all come off the bench?
He's still saying 4. Lamont, I'm done with this nigga, bro.
Did he not just say?
Hold on. What would your be?
Keep mentioning the same.
Hold on. What would your be? What would be your secondary rotation?
I just gave them to you. Why y'all keep asking me?
He just said those 4 guards. He just said it. That's literally just said.
So Jackson Hayes is the guard.
That's 1, and then you said the 4 of the other 4 players were all guards.
Okay, Jackson Hayes. Jared Vanderbilt is not a guard.
You didn't say that, but okay.
Okay, I'm saying it now. Jackson Hayes, Jared Vanderbilt. You still got D'Lo. You still got Max Christie, and you got Austin Reaves coming off the bench.
So 3-guard lineup.
That's a 3-guard lineup.
Dorian Prince and Cam Reddish don't play.
No
Cam Reddish don't play. Cam Reddish don't play.
He said TP starts. No Cam.
No, Cam don't play. So 3-guard lineup.
Cam doesn't play, and Gabe is out of the lineup. Which Gabe being out of the lineup is not crazy because Gabe isn't playing anyway. So no Cam. Cam is who you're saying should be out of the lineup, out of the rotation.
That's
me personally, I don't see Cam. Me personally, so
that's BK and Wahoo. BK, your audio's messed up, man.
I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not high on Cam either. I'm not high on Cam. I'm not.
No, I'm not high on him either, but he is the best what you got. He has been a hell of a perimeter defender.
No, he's the best that's been getting the minutes.
No, I'm saying
if you give his minutes to somebody else, they can produce the same what Cam is producing.
No, I don't think
so. He's out there for defensive purposes. He's out there for defensive purposes. There's nobody.
His defense has been crazy.
It's been pretty good.
It's been pretty good. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, so wait. Who's
question to the Lakers fans? Question to the Lakers fans.
This is the last one because I gotta go. I do have to.
I gotta shut this one down.
Y'all can't. Got you. Y'all can't. There's no perfect trade. So I hear a lot of problems. So what's the main thing? What's the priority number 1? Y'all should trade.
I think
get a center.
Or a center. One of the
shooting.
I think it's
improve the starting lineup, man, from within.
Oh my God.
That's not
what.
That's not a like.
See, Lamont. Hold on. When I say that, what Sturdy? Are you good, nigga? What is all this extra motion you doing? What is all this laughter? Like, are you good?
Come on, bro. Don't take it personal. Just get your point out. Come on now.
No, shut up, nigga. I'm asking Sturdy. Like,
Lamont, this is why he lost. Lamont, this is why he lost.
Hold on, Sturdy. What did I say?
Oh my God.
What did I say?
Negative.
Oh my God.
Come on, man. You trolling, man.
I don't have no energy.
I know you gotta kick Sturdy off these panels, bro. He trolling.
Man.
Every time Lowe is on this panel, Sturdy gets beside himself, man.
3-point shooting.
Hold on. Like what would you target, Reggie? All we're saying is if you had the opportunity to make some trades, what would you?
I'm talking before we get to the January 15th. Like you always say, what can we do now to improve the team?
Well, that wasn't his question, though.
I'm saying today, what we could do is we could put out a better starting lineup than what we've been putting out.
30, can you ask him the question again?
Shut up. Jared Vanderbilt,
making up an own question?
Vanderbilt, Lamont, and Cam Reddish cannot be in the starting lineup. Period.
Sturdy, can you ask him the question again?
So you got to put in Rui Hachimura. That's one thing. And then, like I said, I would play Christian Wood. I don't know why Christian Wood is in the doghouse. If somebody can tell me why.
He's a bad defender.
Lamont, what did you say it was? You say he did something,
No,
right?
is Christian Wood he can't defend his position or he can't defend on the switches? Which one is it?
It's both. It's really the switches, though.
He's a good defensive rebounder, but he can't.
He's a good defensive rebounder.
He has not been able
to. No one is saying, because he just said average 17. No one's saying he can't score. What we're saying is he wants someone. He clearly is going for a more defensive oriented lineup with defensive oriented team.
You got to be able to score too, Lo.
I'm not saying that you don't have to. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, though, is that Darvin Ham is a defensive-oriented coach, defensive-oriented lineups. That is undeniably true. That's why they went in that route.
So, in other words, get rid of the coach.
Again, that's why I say he's a bad coach. But if you're asking the question, why did Darvin Ham specifically put Christian Wood in the doghouse, is because he's a bad defender.
And how do you know? Do you have Darvin's number? You have Darvin's number, right?
No, but I think it has been reports. I think there has been reports on that. That's the reason why.
Stop it, man. Ain't been no reports.
It's because he haven't been able to defend small forwards this year.
No, but hold on, but Lo, to Reggie's credit, when you put him in with AD, it is a positive net rating. I think he struggled to defend because they put him in. He's not on the floor with AD, and he's by himself, and he looks much worse. So I think there is a certain truth to that. If you try to find the synergy,
how many minutes have they ran with both of them on the floor?
I forgot. I had it on the screen. I had it calculated.
It's low. It's
low.
Not a high clip.
It's not a large sample size, but it is lend to some credibility. It does lend to the thought process that if you do play them together a little bit more, you can have you can have somebody helping them on the boards, and I've even showed the clips that support that, because AD has nobody helping them on the boards. Teams are pulling them away from the rim, and teams are getting a ton of offensive rebounds because just guys are standing and watching AD go crazy defensively. Nobody's getting on the glass, and not Rui, but he was one of the few players. He was one of the few players. Woods was one of the few players that actually would go in and crash and help AD.
And this is why I'm saying niggas don't really be knowing the game. They just going based off of what they see.
Vando, Rui, and AD was a good line.
But you know what, though? If I'm being honest, that's something I just picked up on just by watching the film myself today. So I'm not going to pretend as if I just knew that the entire time. When I dove into the film and I looked at it a little bit harder, I'm like, okay, maybe there is something to it.
Lamont, and they did the same. These niggas that claim they know basketball, they do this. They did the same thing last year with Lonnie, Malik. Guys like that, they see them on the bench, and the first thing they do, oh, this guy sucks. This guy sucks. Wait a second. How do you expect the guy to be in a rhythm if he's in the doghouse? So you expect Christian Wood to sit on the bench for 3 weeks, check into the game, and then go give you 15 and 10?
No,
that's the reality of the NBA, though.
But you keep saying 15. Yeah. No one is expecting him to give us scoring, though.
That's the reality of the NBA.
Lonnie Walker did it. Niggas came off the bench out of nowhere.
And I want to be clear. It's not like he started off in the doghouse. Christian Wood was getting quality minutes early on in the season.
He was averaging between 15.
He played himself into that situation.
That is true.
He played himself into that situation. So it's not like
he was coached into the doghouse.
That's quality minutes.
I will ask you as a coach.
He started the season averaging over 20 minutes in the first 15 games of the season.
Yes.
That's quality minutes.
Okay, so explain
he
Max
was getting
Christie also
over
being in the
20
doghouse.
minutes.
Quality minutes is 25 minutes to me.
Explain Max Christie also being in the doghouse then.
Max Christie was never going to be in the rotation.
Yeah, Max Christie
was just in the rotation a week and a half ago.
But he was in there because of the players are
injured.
I agree about Max Christie though. I think Max Christie I think that's the player. But Darvin Ham, from what it seems like, just a consistent theme, he doesn't play young players unless he don't trust Christie. He don't trust him. No.
Christie
But
plays to not make mistakes. Christie don't play hard.
You know this. Young players actually play hard. They play hard, man. You need
agree. I agree.
Max
Christie actually is a really good player.
This is why Darvin is a bad coach. He's going to run LeBron and AD into the ground in December when you're supposed to be giving young guys run in December like Woods, AD, Rui.
Yeah.
And then when we get to May, then you let your vets take over deep into the playoffs.
And listen, if you play hard, you're going to be in the game. You know, you're not going to just get blown out. If you're playing really hard, you're going to be.
Problem has been effort.
But Lockham, how did you contextualize it though?
What do you mean?
How did you contextualize the loss I gave you?
You said how do I contextualize the loss
that I gave you? Yeah.
What loss?
The debate.
Low, you didn't even know the fucking topic.
All right, I'll see y'all later, man. I'll see y'all later, man.
Stop playing with me, bro. Stop playing with me, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
Come on, Lamont. Let's get to the solutions, bro, because they wild.
I can't now. Look, I can't now because I literally got to go now, man.
Oh Lord, I knew that was gonna happen.
I got to get to practice.
I knew that was gonna happen.
I got to get to practice, man. I had to shut this down anyway because I gotta head out myself, but. I was just trying to go live to touch on this. I wanted to dive more into the potential trades and just breakdowns of how these like pieces that you add in, how these new pieces that you add in are gonna add and start fixing some of the problems. I wanted to dive into that a little bit more, but we obviously got sidetracked with other stuff. But you know, it happens like that.
Hey, listen, Lamont, before you close this show
out, but A1 concept Lamont.
Lamont. Like I said, bro, just keep tuning in to the show, man. We're gonna keep discussing this, man. You know, like I said, we're gonna get you to understand what we got to do and how we're gonna get this ship turned back around, man. And as for Ace 30, man, listen, Low is gone, man. Has your erection went down, bro?
Whoa, Reggie. Bro, I know you've been in Atlanta long, but bro, I don't do Reggie. I don't know what y'all be doing in Atlanta, bro, but I ain't for that, bro. You move from New York to Atlanta. I ain't planning to do that thing, bro. Keep that what you're doing, bro. Wherever you want to do in your personal time, Reggie, that's all you, bro. You want to let Lardo have personal relations and shit? Keep that to yourself, bro. Keep that to yourself, bro. I don't know what the hell wrong with you, bro. Like, nah, bro. I like women. I don't know. I like women, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Now you want to act like a man.
I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
You're a man again, huh?
I don't know what to tell you, bro. I don't know what to tell you, man. We all lose, bro.
Hold on, let DJ Gemini get his point before we get out here.
I don't know what to tell you, Reggie.
I think it's two things that we have on the team right now. If we give these two players some burn, I actually think it'll help. That's Hodge and Castleton. If we give them some burn, I think it'll help.
I think Castleton can help. I don't think Hodge can help. So I like Castleton though, for sure. Castleton is one of the biggest secrets I believe in the league. I don't know why they aren't even trying to utilize him. I think there's another player. Lakers have a couple players I think they let go of too soon. I think Scottie Pippen Jr. They let go of him too soon.
Scottie Pippen Jr.
Who's the shooter? Who's the shooter from last year? Who's the shooter?
Cole.
No.
Lamont.
What's his name? No, not Cole Slider. The guy he's on New Orleans now. He hit like 5 threes.
Matt
Ryan.
Yeah, I would have kept him.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Matt Ryan is slow. Matt Ryan is
slow. And the reason why I would have kept him because I would have tried to mold him as best as possible into a generic Kyle Korver. And I would have just gave him a role. Look, you here?
Yeah, that's true.
With LeBron,
yeah, that's true.
You're going to be a catch and shoot shooter, and every time you touch it in the corner, you shooting it wide open. We know you can't defend, but you're going to let it fly. The man hit a game winner for the goddamn Lakers.
Lamont, and you want to know how we repaid him? We repaid him by trading him. The fuck
that
was doing, man?
That was a horrible move. I thought he was the guy who earned it, and he plays hard, too. He plays with a little bit of fire and passion. I mean... That was one day. I don't know why they did that.
It was just a contract thing.
Lamont, you got this clown. You got this clown on the screen.
You got to prioritize people.
He said another episode of the Lamont.
Something's wrong, man.
Lamont, why they think we in cahoots, man?
I don't know.
It's getting crazy, Lamont.
Oh man. But look, y'all. Look, I got to shut this one down, man. I got to shut it down because I got to take off on time today. Salute to Reggie for pulling up. Salute to Ace 30. Appreciate you pulling up, man. And I'm definitely going to, and Sturdy, I'm definitely going to be doing this again because I like doing the film breakdowns before we start too.
No doubt, man.
So we're definitely going to be doing it again. I got some other topics I want to touch on with some other teams. I want to do the Phoenix Suns as well because a lot of people trying to figure out.
Yeah, just start with the popular teams, start with the contenders, and then that's it.
I think with the Suns, I think obviously everybody's trying to figure out why is it going wrong, and like I to be honest, I haven't watched enough to even know right off the top. So sometimes I need to watch the film just to even know myself. So I think I'm gonna do the Suns next.
The primarily is just like it's weird. Like it's really their defense. It's not overall for the season. They're pretty decent, but it's like they give up a lot of baseline cuts and like just basic rotation is missing out on. So
yeah, we'll get to it though.
They rebounding good, but their offense not as bad as usual. Just they obviously need facilitators. That's their main issue.
All right, but hey, let me shut this one down. Y'all got to get up out of here. I appreciate y'all pulling up, man. FYF Sports. I'm gonna go ahead and drop y'all down. Salute to everybody that hit the cash out. Fuck you, mean came through, supported, man. Appreciate you, man. But look, y'all, it's FYF Sports. Let me drop him out. It's FYF Sports, y'all. Another great podcast episode, man. We cooked today. Great topics, great guests. And again, the Lakers, man, trade talks, man. Some of the trade talks y'all hearing, I'm telling y'all, is just complete finesse. Don't believe everything you're hearing around now is always a purpose to the madness. And sometimes, these trade talks that give you unrealistic expectations for your team. And I think today's episode helped showcase that a little bit. But it's FYF Sports, man. Another great podcast episode. We're going to be back. More sports and news. Until then, it's FYF Sports, and we out.
Yeah, we done came from the bottom, mad that we up, but I don't hear him talking. Started with knowledge inside of my noggin. We took a dream and then we started vlogging. Put my city on the map now. I'ma say how it is and now I'm back down. On the road to 100K, we finna act out. We gon' show them that we not just in the background. We the main event, we the main show. We the one that people always gonna pay for. FYF, we the best, no debate though. Number one sports channel, every angle. I'ma show them all how we ride. Best sports talk showing out like them guys. We playing it safe while they feather the lines. We switching the narrative all the time. Like who to go in the game is not MJ. Kobe Bryant top 10, not what we say. I keep Elijah one is very overrated. Keep it real if it ain't fact, we don't say it. Now it's stable, we won't be ignored.
Missing the lake, I'm missing the draws again, a hell of pain. I got a lot to deal with and my mind is kinda slipping away. What's on the line? I made up my mind, some shit I'll just taste it great. Whatever it is, whatever it was, it's never gonna be the same. How do I explain what's been going on with me? You say that I changed, but you didn't know the old me. I think that I saved you. Tell me who gon' save me. I'm way too fucked up in this club. I'm ashamed, baby. You say that I changed, but you ain't really know me. When I'm around my dogs, girl, they just can't control me. Tryna spend my time right, using every second of it. Tryna spend my time right, using every second of it. Before it's too late, girl, before it's too late. Can I speak my mind right, girl, before it's too late. I've been moving backwards, rolling up the backwards. Out of being best, do you have my back, girl? Before it's too late, can I say my piece, girl? Girl, know what you mean to me. You just keep it real with me. I've been moving backwards, rolling up the backwards. Every time I'm backstep, missing the lake, I'm missing the draws again, a hell of pain. I got a lot to deal with and my mind is kinda slipping away. What's on the line? I made up my mind, some shit I'll just taste it great. Whatever it is, whatever it was, it's never gonna be the same. Floating again, I'm running the map. They say the best defense is just to attack. Hopping through too much, it's hard to attach. All this bone on is being hard to relax. Gotta get up, gotta get it again. They ain't get the message, we spinning again. I feel my back, I'm just leaving it in. Get what they want, then they leaving again. I cannot act like this ain't nothing new. Been getting smarter with all I've been through. Nowadays, I'm more rewarding than truth. Tired of keeping energy just to lose. Let it all out when I step in the booth. With that for some months, now it's time to recruit. Met the investments, it's time to recoup. It's time to recoup, but how do I explain what's been going on with me? You say that I changed, but you didn't know the old me. I think that I saved you. Tell me who gon' save me. I'm way too fucked up in this club. I'm ashamed, baby. You say that I changed, but you ain't really know me. When I'm around my dogs, girl, you just can't control me. Trying to spend my time right, using every second of it. Trying to spend my time right, using every second of it. Before it's too late, girl, before it's too late. Can I speak my mind right now before it's too late? I've been moving backwards, rolling up the backwards. Every time I'm backstabbed, Shawty, you know I gotta let it go sometimes. Gotta clear my head sometimes. I gotta get away some shawty. You know I just need a little peace of mind. Specifically, I'm talking about your mind. I gotta get that ass on. Calling you when I'm overseas, let me know what you need, what you wanna do when I'm home. Talking real dirty, real nasty on the phone. Girl, stop playing, I'm on the way. I am on the way. Girl, stop playing, I'm on the way. What you need, what you wanna do, baby girl. I'm all ears for you, baby girl. Drop it down in the latest fashion, girl. All the shit I did, that's past tense, girl. Do whatever for you, what's your passion, girl? Got the lyrics in my songs, and your cash in, girl. Leave that boy alone, he everlasting, girl. Everything he did on a passion, girl. Spend up 20 grand, that's that shit, girl. I bought a whole mall if you ask me.